see if it goes live over on YouTube. All right, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch.
Sweet.
We are good. All right. We're going to be doing some heroic tonight. We'll be messaging out to everybody to let us know. But yeah, so if you guys don't know what heroic is, this is kind of the singleton format for Lorcana. You got a 100-card deck. You've got 3 special cards called your storyboard. We'll be going through our storyboards and all that in just a little bit. But I'm going to kind of just throw it around the room for a minute. Brittany, right now I'm coughing. Brittany, it's your birthday. How's it going? How much heroic have you been playing over the last couple days, weeks, all the good stuff?
Oh my gosh, probably way too much. We built new decks. My husband did. He built 2 over the weekend. So we've been testing both of his new decks. And then my kiddo made some changes to his. And then I haven't updated mine because I'm behind.
I feel like that's the case for a lot, though. Like most of my decks still don't even have set 7 cards because I keep forgetting.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
I think every now and then, like, oh yeah, there's that one card I should go grab. Like my next deck, I'm gonna use them all, but I just haven't. I just haven't had time. Same thing, getting them updated.
No, I spent all weekend cataloging and reorganizing our entire collection because of rotation happening. I was like, we're gonna buy 4 wide boxes instead of 5, so we can have them as a year. And so we like reorganized our entire collection. It took 3 days. So that's what I've been doing.
Nice.
How about you, Shannon? You've been playing a bunch. You mentioned you went to the store for pre-release stuff. You got to play.
Yeah. For Reign of Jafar, did a Reign of Jafar draft, but afterwards, just reached out to them about playing heroic. Came back the next day and played some heroic and Palace Heist, which is pretty sweet. Played that at the shop. So yeah, I mean, pretty much the only format I play now, but that's weekly with the group. And yeah, similarly, I still need set 7 cards. It's kind of like waiting until there's a critical mass so I can submit like a buy order, and collect all of them at once. In fact, I have a bunch of mail coming in now. It's so exciting when you buy like, one of those carts from like TCG Player or something like that, where it comes from 7 different sources and you don't remember what you ordered. So you open the mailbox and it's just like, it's your birthday, right, Brittany? It's like a bunch of gifts in the mailbox.
I don't order from TCG Player.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
That's
I don't trust the internet.
That's where I get all my singles. Like, again, I do make sure that like they're a highly rated seller and all of that. I hit the optimize button. So even if it charges me an extra $1, I know there are
the
legit
optimize
people.
Button. The optimize button has been the greatest creation on the internet. I gotta say.
So the funny thing was Prashan, another member of the Inkcast, and I know Shannon, you got to meet him the other week at Heroic, but yeah, Prashan was buying cards for a while, and then all of a sudden we were talking one day. He was like, "Man, every time I buy cards, like I just like it's really annoying. I'll get like 3 cards, and I got to pay $1 something shipping, and I get a couple from this. I'm like, do you not hit the optimize?" He was like, "The what?" And I'm like, "There's a button called optimize, and it tries to find like one seller with all those cards so you don't have to pay the shipping." And he was like, I should probably do that. And then the next time he talked to me, he's like, I saved like $50 in shipping.
It takes like $10, $15 off of orders.
Yeah.
It saves you like 10 to 20% on orders because of the reorganizing. That's so funny, man. That's hilarious.
So there's no telling like how much he spent over his first like 6 months of just ordering tons of singles and tons of stuff.
I think there might be a way to tell, and you never want to actually look at it. After playing other TCGs for decades, I accidentally clicked that once. It's like, how much money have you actually spent? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's way more than my car. Like, I should have never clicked this button.
It adds up.
I know, house payment.
Well, that, like again, like we were talking about selling off other TCG games that we don't play anymore. Like I looked through all that and I've got some of it documented and all of that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so much here. Again, there was so much more there 2 years ago, but yeah, at this point, it's just like the amount of money that's just sitting in the closet that hasn't been touched in 6 years. I'm like, I just need to offload all this. Not
Yeah.
knowing what I paid for it at the time either. So
Yeah.
it is crazy.
Time to turn one hobby into another.
Oh yeah, always. You just got to flip from one to the other. Lorcana is it for me. I mean, all of where's my hand? This side. All of that stuff is all like chapter 1 stuff. So
Oh, nice.
you know, sealed boxes, sealed troves, all kind of stuff back there. So you know,
You might have the thing I want. Do you have a Captain Hook deck box? Or know of anyone who has an
hang
extra
on,
one?
maybe.
I need one for Matthew.
Is he a big Hook fan?
His very first deck that he built was Pirates, Red
Oh,
Steel
okay.
Pirates, and it's the only deck that he's like kept.
Ah.
And like he updates it every set when it's, a reasonable update. But I
Yeah.
cannot for the life of me find the Captain Hook deck box from chapter 1 anywhere. Ah!
All right, you are in luck here.
Happy. Oh.
My
That's-
child's gonna lose his mind. I would very much like to talk about getting that, please.
Yeah, we got that. We got the Sisu. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was buying a bunch of this stuff towards the beginning, and I even have the sleeves, like the Mickey sleeves, the Elsa sleeves,
Oh my god.
Mulan sleeves. But then I quit buying it. So I bought it all in like first chapter, second, Floodborne or whatever. But then the sleeves are terrible.
The sleeves suck.
They literally last
do
like half a match.
You
and
have
then
to buy
they're-
oversleeves. You have to buy oversleeves for them and
Oh,
double
man.
sleeve, and it's just the worst.
Yeah.
Triple sleeve, right? Because you got to protect the card on the inside. Maybe you don't need to do that
No,
once
that's
you
too
pop
much.
a sleeve, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you do the
Your
outer
deck,
sleeve.
your 100-card singleton will be like falling over all the time.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
And then
No,
the
we
problem
didn't
is
start till chapter 2.
I bought the deck boxes, but the problem with the deck boxes, or in my opinion, because I use like the
Real ones.
Ultra
Yeah,
Pro,
yeah, yeah.
whatever. Like
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my problem with them is, I think they fix this on the newer ones, but the old ones they don't really open very well. There's only one bend on the back, so to
Oh.
me, like when you're opening them and trying to get your cards out and all that, they're really cumbersome in there. Whereas I think the new ones, if you look at the back of the brand new boxes, there's like 4 or 5 creases
Wrinkles.
or slits. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they open a little bit further and everything. But they look pretty nice, and I'm pretty sure they hold up pretty well as like over time. With the
My
art and
small
stuff.
human will not care. I have literally called like all 100 shops in the state of Indiana and been like, hey, do you have this deck box still? They're like, nah. And they're like, nah. I've asked literally everybody in the community. I'm like, I just need one for Matthew,
Well,
please.
I have
Just
one, so we'll talk about it afterwards. I'll get it shipped to you somehow.
Excellent.
But yeah,
We'll negotiate a price.
Right?
there's only one that exists. It's right here.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Oh my god, it's gonna be $100 deck box. I'm gonna be like, man.
But yeah, I think I have a couple more random deck boxes, because at one point I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them, store my cards in them, and then after I used
love
it at
'em.
like one pre-release, I think I used the Sisu one or something. I was like, I don't like this deck box at all. So again, the art's beautiful, but those old ones. And then I ended up getting the new purple magnetized deck box, which I like, but same thing there, like no place for my dice. Whereas these boxes, I
right.
can store all my stuff. So like, it's nice. It's nice on the wall, but that's
Get it.
where it is.
More
now.
of a display piece. It's a display piece.
I literally just have a like the D6 like mini dice holder
Mhm.
that comes with like 36 dice or whatever it is
Yeah.
that I put my D6s in instead.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
'cause
okay,
they're the
let me
same
ask
size.
you, Brittany. So I had this discussion with one of my other players in my group. You have that like 36 perfect cube of all the dice that have matching colors.
Uh-huh.
If you lose one and never find it again, what do you do with the rest of them?
Well,
Because he
they're-
said he would toss them clean out the door. He'd just throw them directly into the trash and buy a new cube of 36 die.
But is he a
Yeah.
D&D person, or is he just like a Magic person and just
He's
has
just
to
a he's
have
just a TCG player, Magic. Yeah,
So
yeah. He
he's
Yeah,
like
you
collects
an
get
them.
that. No,
OCD
100%.
person.
I would absolutely buy a new thing of the
You would?
36
You
dice.
would?
Yes, if I lost a die, it would bother me. But none of my dice match because they're all the different trove dice. So,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
like,
I,
it's
my only problem
irrelevant.
is they're so little.
That's why
Like
I like them. They're perfect.
I like these normal size because I have little like when I open up my deck box, I have like all kinds of random dice in here because I just use them for like different things. But I don't know. I like the bigger dice. I really want to get like one size up from these.
There you go.
Though.
These
Yeah.
are my streaming dice.
Yeah,
from when-
like I want something that size, maybe
Shannon.
slightly littler, but like
Oh my god, that one's so pretty.
need big ones.
Yeah.
I think we
That
got this for some unset where you had to roll die. The cards are like roll die to do things.
mhm.
That
We
is
bought
my
these for
favorite
those
shade of
streams.
blue.
Oh yeah, this one right here. The
Yeah,
like, yeah, that's
that light sky ocean blue is my favorite shade of blue.
No, I think I need them just like a little smaller than that, but at the same time, like I want something that's super legible from a camera.
I think this is legible.
No,
Yeah, I like the ones that have actual numbers on them instead of the
the
dots.
pips.
Just make it a little easier for people to read on streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got these from pre-releases. They're actually metal, which is just a terrible idea to be rolling metal die in your cards.
That's
But
an
they show up
awful
pretty
idea.
well.
I think the Azurite Sea ones are the ones that look the best on camera. The worst, in my opinion, are these ones, the Shimmering Skies ones.
Mhm.
They're the hardest, in my opinion.
Which one's like the
Yeah.
purple one with grayish swirls?
This one with the gold,
Yes, yes.
that's Inklands.
Okay,
This is
that's the only
Inklands.
one I have, I think, and I don't use them because I
The
can't even.
purple blue ones that like every die is different. Those ones are from Ursula's Return.
Oh.
And then these are, oh no, these ones might be Azurite. These are Azurite Sea. And then these ones are Shimmering Skies. And then the new Bolt ones from set
Ooh.
7 are white and green. And then this set is gold and red.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that they keep making new different combinations of dice. I do like that a lot.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's nice what they put in the troves, the lore counter, the dice, all of that. So like, if you truly are kind of newer to the game, you can pick that up, pick a starter deck
They're
up,
so
and be able
so nice.
to go, with the stuff. But speaking of all of that going with the game, let's jump into some heroic. We're going to go around the room talking about our deck, what we brought. There's just 3 of us today, which is fine. Again, one of the good things about heroic is this format is flexible. You can be 2 players. It's probably better if you have 3 players at least, but you can have 3, you can have 4, you can have 5 or 6. We've played it with multiple people in there. Again, more people you add, faster the game tends to be. And what we've kind of found is 4 is the sweet spot, but it doesn't mean you can play with less or more. Today we're going to be playing with 3. So we'll start with you, Lady Brittany. What did you bring? What do we have to worry about when it comes to that side of the board?
So my favorite color combo normally is hyper aggro peanut butter jelly, which is amethyst amber. This is that plus the super hyper aggro emerald. So just really aggressive. I go zoomies, and you be worried.
I'm gonna have to switch my song out for "Grab Your Swords" real quick.
Yeah, that would be a good ad.
It's chilly, sucker.
Yeah. Let me go grab my Jafar deck. With Tinkerbell as my ally.
So I have Ursula, Deceiver of All, solely to double sing This Is My Family twice, which lets me gain a lore and draw a card. So do that twice, put it back on my storyboard, and hope she sticks to do it a second time. And if she doesn't, I don't really care because doing
Yeah,
it once is
there's 2 lore, 2
value.
cards.
And then Daisy Duck as my 1-drop because I want to give my friends presents.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Yeah. So you can have some presents, but it also guarantees that I have a 1-drop, which with the heroic format isn't always guaranteed.
Yeah.
So this makes sure that I have a 1-drop to play on turn 1.
Yep.
Right.
So
Awesome.
I like it.
All right. So Shannon,
Guys.
what are you bringing on your side, man?
So I am playing Alice Growing Girl. I really like this deck. Trying to build it back when it was first. Support kind of like was
Mhm.
an inkling of a thing, and I always wanted to come back and do it. So now I'm able to do that in Heroic, trying to build a support themed deck. So of course she's the queen of support.
Yep.
She says she gives all the other characters on the board on my board support, and then if ever she has strength 10 or greater, which would mean she would need 9 extra strength, she would quest for 5 instead of 1. So she's kind of like that, They made the ramp one, which was Belle,
Yep.
strange but special. This is kind of the support version of that. So
Yep.
for the rest of the board, I've got LeFou, Instigator, who readies up a character. That I kind of just run that as a way to protect her a little bit, just ready her up so she can't be challenged.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and any other characters that if I need to, after they've done questing and contributing their strength to each other, need an attacker, we can ready up somebody. And then I'm playing He's a Tramp. This is a set 7 card, so I
Yeah.
do have some set 7 cards in
What
here.
a liar!
And this one says chosen character gets 1 strength for each character you have in play. So it's just another way to add a lot of strength all of a
Yep.
sudden on a wide board. So, yep, the goal is to just get Alice as swole as possible, and then have her quest for 5, maybe more, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, from my side, we're doing Merlin things. Now we're not doing the whole Merlin morph like super tutor,
Think.
but Merlin, there's a lot of Merlins. So there's a lot of Merlins over in the stack of cards. So we'll see what we can do with the tutoring. For my ally, I've got Genie. So this Genie main attraction, while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't ready at the start of their turn. So when Brittany turns everything sideways, I just play him down, tap him the next time, or exert him the next time.
Why you gotta pick on me? It's my
and then,
birthday.
then all that aggro can't, ready. And then again, we've got Be King Undisputed as my song. This is just one of the great songs in general. If you just need a card to be there, right? So when Shannon's Alice gets out of control and she's the only one out there, just
Yeah.
get rid of her. But this
Yep.
card may not help me that much in this matchup because I think both your decks are gonna go pretty wide. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how this goes because I'm definitely not a go wide type character. But
I am
maybe
sweating the not being able to quest and support because my people are frozen
yeah.
by your Genie.
So
But
so we'll see what happens. But that is what I'm working with. Like I said, I've got Merlin to find what I need once I get it going. So we're gonna shuffle up, set our cards out there, and then go to work, I guess, with some heroic. We can high roll 2d6s to see who goes first.
Oh,
do
I
it.
don't just get to go first because it's my birthday. That's
Okay,
so rude.
we'll let you go first.
No, it's fine. I got a 10.
Technically, you won the last one as well. So winner goes first, right? Your
Yeah.
10 beats my 3. So
And beats my 6. So you
See?
didn't even need it. You didn't even need it.
Nope. Sure didn't.
Happy birthday, by the way. That was your gift. Was winning the die roll.
My gift was you rolling bad.
Yes, it was intentional. All part of the plan
Yeah.
of
I
going
don't believe it.
going after the hyper aggro player with a 1-drop with 4 willpower.
Do you have, just because I think it's fun, do you have the Merlin's Cottage in there?
Yes, it is in here somewhere
I love that so much.
because I have
It brings me lots of joy.
yeah, I've got a few ways of doing stuff. Now, I think when I was playing this in person last week or the week before, I couldn't use it because someone was using something where they were putting the top card in their ink. And it was like something they could do all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't play my cottage because then if you want to ink it. I
Oh,
can't,
yeah.
I can't remember what they were using though, but they were using
Was it
something.
Oswald? No, not Oswald.
You know
Your
what?
Matala?
I may have been going against the item deck, and they had but it wasn't just Oswald though. They were using a couple other things. So yeah, but in general, yes, they wanted to know what was on top of their deck. So I said no.
Of
Good
that.
old top control.
Are we ready?
Almost.
Ish.
I'm doing my mulligan. So if anybody else wants to do
Alterations.
their
Good sir.
alteration,
Alter.
if you'd like to do your altars, go right ahead.
Shannon, I can see your hand.
Ah! Do you think I should mull these?
I don't. I just saw it. I wasn't actually looking at it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I can remember 2 of your cards.
All right, I'm gonna go for 5 because
I should mulligan my entire hand then, huh?
It was your welcome and signed contract. I don't remember anything else. That's all I got.
Let me alter those then real quick. I'm gonna send 3 back. 2 and 3.
I don't know that it really matters. I just wanted to remind you so that like
Yeah.
because I don't want to
that's fair.
unintentionally cheat. Like obviously I'm not going.
I'm just trying to include. I'm just gonna try to include any people watching this on what's going on.
so they can
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
use that card, not that. What
You're
are you
like, why
doing?"
didn't he do this?
Right?
Fool! You fool!
It's because you're a bot.
All right.
Are we ready now?
Looks like it.
I am ready. You're good to go.
So we all draw. Let's start.
Yes, you all draw at the start.
I'm gonna ink dock. Needs to do stuff less. And then guess what? I'm gonna play my Daisy. Who would have seen it coming?
Shocked. Not
I'll
me.
allow it.
Yes.
That's to me, right?
Yes, that is
All
to you.
right. Draw for turn. We're going to ink this Vanellope von Schweetz. And we're going to play these card soldiers. They're 1/2, but if there's a damaged character in play, they're a 3/2. I will pass the turn.
A draw. Good one. All right, we're gonna ink this Merlin Turtle, and we are going to play a Shield of Virtue and say go. Pass that turn.
I'm gonna blink a stitch. Spin 2 to play a lantern. Use the lantern to play a Lilo.
Nice.
Quest for 2. I'm on the board. Everybody gets a present.
All right. I got my Scrooge McDuck.
Nice, nice.
Nice. I got a Merryweather Good Fairy.
See, look, I gave you presents on my birthday. Aren't you so happy?
That's not how birthdays work, Brittany.
Well, too bad. It's how my birthday works.
You done after that? You done after that powerful turn questing for 4 now? All right, draw for turn.
I only quested for 2. What do you mean?
You're getting there pretty fast, as promised. Let's ink this
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I think we need to get a greater board presence. So we're gonna play a Toby Dogged Companion. And then we'll play this Merryweather as well. We will go ahead and quest for 1, also getting on the board.
All right.
And then I'll pass turn.
Untap, draw. Oh man. All right, I guess we're going to ink. I just need to throw it away. We're gonna ink this Montanui.
How dare you?
That's a good one.
I was gonna be real sad if it was Merlin's Cottage after I just said I wanted to play with that. Like, man, that's just some rudeness. The audacity.
Yeah, we're going to. The problem is I have nothing else to do, so we're gonna pass the turn.
Oh, So many big costed things in that hand.
Well, yes, but nothing that can do much.
I'm gonna eat the
Or
tea.
things that are amethyst.
I'm gonna play my Ursula. And then
That may need to go, but I've got nothing to do with it.
quest for 4.
Going to 6.
Daisy, have some presents.
So Merlin's cottage is going to the bottom.
Oh!
Pick a different card. No.
We can edit that out. Oh no, we're live.
Listen,
You did it. You did it with the
I'm gonna
daisy.
cry.
I hit an Aladdin Intrepid Commander. So
I hate it here. I pass. I'm at
Alrighty.
6.
You may need to start like taking out that Lilo and stuff.
Sir,
Listen,
sir,
Just
good
saying.
sir, you need to play characters.
I'm
to
working
win
on
this
it.
game, sir.
I got to get up to maybe next turn I can play a character.
I feel like this is the very opportune time to play that signed contract that we talked about in my starting hand.
yeah.
I think I must. Must play
But
this right
the
now.
second time that I play the song, I'm not technically singing it, right? With
Correct.
Ursula.
That's correct, but the
So you
contract
only
doesn't
you only get it
care.
once,
The
right?
contract just says if they play a song, even if they
Does it
pay
really?
full price. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm going to ink this. You're welcome. And yeah, I feel like drawing cards, so I will play it. So it says whenever an opponent plays a song, you may draw a card.
Okay.
So,
So you
and
want
then
my Ursula to stay.
I do. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I actually can't do a lot about it, but we're gonna put some slowdowns on there. Yeah, we'll have our Merryweather challenge your Stitch, which will
That's
put
Leela.
damage.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
That's
I'm sorry,
Stitch's
Leela.
friend.
Yep, Stitch's Fran. And that'll put a damaged character in place. So this card soldier will be a 3/2. So we'll use that to challenge your Daisy to put 3 damage on her as well. And then we will quest with Toby. Going to 2.
All right.
And then I will pass the turn.
Brawl.
Oh no, it's not my turn. Just kidding. I'm so sorry.
I guess it's fine.
It's
Alright.
because of how we are on here. On me,
Yeah.
like on my view, it's me, you, and then Shannon. So
You just want to sing. Don't lie. You're so
understand-
excited to
I
double
understand
sing.
Excuses.
all right, listen here.
He
Alright.
did also like passively threaten your Ursula.
I'm sorry, Merlin. Merlin gets inked.
This is unbelievable.
I know.
I feel like you have no
what is
Two
respect.
happening?
Merlins down, but we're gonna play Maleficent and draw a card.
It's a draw card. All right.
Fine. Everybody's gonna get to draw cards.
Everyone, it's the best part about TCGs, honestly.
And I guess with that, that's all I got. We'll pass the turn.
We're gonna double sing This Is My Family to gain 2 and
Right.
draw 2. We're going to ink a Maleficent. Spend 3 to play a Donald and then quest for 3.
Nice. And and that's a bodyguard, right? 2/3 bodyguard.
It sure is.
Sorry.
Oh wait, I have Lantern. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna backtrack that tiny bit so that I can play my Miracle Candle.
What does Miracle Candle do?
Banish decided if you have 3 or more characters in play. Oh, hey, I can do that now. I didn't know what this did.
you gain lore or something?
Yeah, and
yeah,
damage, right?
Gain 2 lore and remove 2 damage from chosen location, which isn't relevant, so I don't really care about it.
But it's surprise 2 lore. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I pay off.
All right.
Oh, and my ink tax goes up 1 because
song went back.
My song went back.
All righty then. So let's ink this Grandma Tala, and then we'll play. I'll play that one. We need to get our lady out, the growing girl. I feel like I keep missing my underutilizing my ink though. It makes me very sad. But let's see. You got that 2/3 bodyguard, and then
I
a
have Donald
1/1.
with his date.
That
Liz,
is really
it's
rude to
Friday
come over
dinner.
there and
Like, why
fuck
would you
up.
ruin their date?
That's a good point. Why would I ruin their date? All
Why
right,
would you do that?
let's play this Megara, pulling the strings. She's gonna give 2 strength to this Merryweather, good fairy. So she'll be a 3/1, and she'll trade with your Donald Duck.
So
She's
rude.
a party pooper, just ruining that date.
So
And then
rude.
we're gonna play a Tippo, Growing Sun, to put a card from our hand in our inkwell face down and exerted. It'll be this guy right there. All right. Other than that, let's go ahead and quest for 2.
Okay.
Going to 4 and pass to you, Brit.
All right.
Not
I
Brittany,
No.
guess
Brit.
Brit, aka Dan. See where you're going with that. All right. Trying to think my best line here. I guess the answer. You just play her again, but we're gonna take out the Daisy
That's so
with
rude.
Maleficent. Second. I'm having ink so many good cards. Maui Shark is gonna get inked.
Oh wow. That does hurt.
I know.
I feel for you.
I gotta get some.
You gotta be able to
some
play the
ink.
game though, you know?
We're gonna use this how far I'll go.
That's pretty good.
That one's gonna go to ink. This one's
I'll trigger my signed contract
Gonna
too.
go
I was
to
zoned
there.
out for a second there.
Almost missed it.
We're gonna take backsies though. Didn't you undo something on your turn?
Only a teeny tiny bit. I used my lantern instead of an ink.
That's a take backsies. Everyone gets one now, right?
I guess it is, isn't it? Do you know that I didn't know that the Hades playmat had Meg on it, and I want it more now?
Like twice, right? We were trying to figure that out. Is that Meg? That's Meg, right?
No, it is.
Who's this then? Can you see
That's
this one
also
down here?
Meg.
She's on here
It's-
like double.
Correct.
All right, now
That's
I'll pass.
How it
the
is in the
turn.
movie.
That's going to Brittany, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes. It's me.
It's me. Also, it makes sense for his character, whose ability is to banish a character.
You know what I
know the
should have
same
done?
name. What should you have done?
I should have just taken out the Daisy and then played B King.
Oh, that would have been pretty good.
Yeah. Hindsight.
It's okay. It's her birthday. You don't gotta remove every single one of her characters.
I'm
worried
gonna
she's about
ink
to
Rockstar
get
Stitch.
two more ink and 2 more cards.
Spend 3 for Arthur, 2 and a lantern for Tiana.
Nice.
And then double sing This Is My Family to gain 2 and draw 2.
And I'll draw 2 off of my contract.
And then I pass.
All right. That Tiana says I can't challenge your characters without paying 3 ink.
It's when she's exerted.
Okay.
But yes. Otherwise, they get -3 attack that turn. Unless you pay 3.
Right.
So you could still challenge, which is relevant for the like goofy stuff and like the new Mushus and stuff. Because
Right.
they gain the lore just from challenging, not from banishing. So like
Nice.
you still prof off of it.
All right, let's play Alice, Growing Girl. She's
You
finally
did
moved to the
it.
scene. And then we're going to play Well, first we need to ink something. So we're going to ink this Tigger in the crow's nest, and we're going to play this Sisu, Emboldened Warrior. Now's the first time I regret not having 3 opponents. But she gets +1 strength
Yeah.
for each card in each opponent's hand.
I've got quite a few of them too.
I'll assume that
Yeah.
I have
for the
7.
sake of the conversation, I'll to shortcut it. If she challenges something, that thing probably is banished.
Yes.
And once we get to her contributing her strength to another character, it's probably enough that Alice can quest for her bonus. But going back to what we can do right this turn, we let's see. That's a lot of lore production over there. What's your tax on your song now? Is it
2.
2.
She can't sing it anymore.
She can't sing anymore? It's probably done the work. It's gotten you 4 lore. What is your
Correct.
lore at now? Currently
13.
13. Okay.
It's only a little bit.
So we're going to go ahead and quest for 1, 2, and 3, gaining 3, going to 7. And we'll contribute all their strength to Meg, and she will challenge your Ursula, trading with her.
I was thinking about your support is probably going to be able to get around that Tiana.
The -3 strength
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, with some effort. I'm going to be done after that. I'm going to pass
All right.
to you. Dan.
All right.
The man with many names.
All right. Who's got damage on any? Does any character have damage on them? No.
The card
This character
soldier.
does. Yes, this card soldier has damage on it.
Arthur's a 2/2.
1/3.
Oh, 1/3. I'm gonna ink this Yzma. Gonna play a magic mirror.
Okay.
I'm gonna play
Good old draw engine.
a rose lantern.
I don't even know what that does.
I can pay 2 and move 1 damage from any character to another character, opposing character.
That is clever.
2 left. So
Is that
Oh my
somebody's like
gosh.
what is
somebody has like a water cooler?
that? I think that's Brittany's background noise, whatever it is.
Is it?
Nice.
Here and
You have
there.
a water cooler in your like office?
That should be better. No, I have
Sounds
a fan
hydrating.
that goes into my office.
Oh, nice.
What's Tiana's stats?
1/4.
So big. Okay. I think I still have to do this though. I guess I'll ask you this, Shannon. If I move damage to one of her characters, which one should I move it to? I'm only targeting Brittany because she's at 13 lore right now.
Yeah,
Arthur's
sure.
gonna give her like 3 more.
Yeah,
Tiana gives a couple.
she can get, if she plays another character, she can produce another 7 this turn, going to 20. 3 from the Arthur, 2 from the Candle, and 2 from the Tiana. So that's 7.
Yeah. What would help
I'm not
you
gonna
the
do the
most?
candle. I would have done it already.
Well, I think
I
she
want to
needs
use
3
it on a
characters, right?
location.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
she
have
had 3 characters when she played
Yeah.
it, and she said not to. Yeah, the Arthur, I guess.
Does that help you, or is it better to
I don't
do
think it's really
with
going to
Tiana?
matter for me, but if you got to work on your own game, the Arthur's probably the bigger.
Yeah, I don't really have much at the moment to do. So, all right, we're gonna move this 1. I'm gonna give it to you, Brittany, and we'll put it on the Arthur according to Shannon. And I'm gonna get on the board, and I'm gonna.
I like how that became my fault
for
that it
1.
happened.
Right? Like, heck?
That's good politicking right there. It's like, I didn't really do it. Shannon did.
Shannon picked a character, so I mean,
Passing.
maybe I should have just put it on your card soldier or whatever, just to get it out.
Yeah,
of
to
there,
get rid of
but,
it. I think you did. You passed, right, Dan?
Yeah, I just passed. But I'm the measly 1 lore over here, so
We're gonna spend 4 to give more presents and bring out Cusco.
Nice.
We're gonna spend well, I guess I could ink for turn, huh? We're gonna ink Kita for turn. I love this Kita because it says welcome to the Inklands and Atlantean at the bottom.
Is
And
that
then
what it says? I never knew.
yeah, and then spend 3 to how many cards does everybody have in hand?
I think I have 5. Let me.
I have 6.
I have 5.
To play Clarabelle, when you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you may draw a card.
Nice.
And then we're going to quest with both Tiana and Arthur to go up 3, and then bounce that Clarabelle back to my hand to go up 2 more.
Nice.
And then I guess banish the Miracle Candle because you mentioned it to go to 20.
That's pretty good. 10 away.
And then pass.
What does that Cusco do? I don't think I've seen that.
At the start of my turn, I can choose one. Each player draws a card, which is what I'm going to choose because I want to be nice. Or each player chooses and discards a card.
Oh, okay.
But I said it was presents, so
Fran?
presents.
And what is his stat line? I see a quest for 2.
2/2. He's a baby.
Okay. All right. We did not draw for turn, so let's go ahead and draw for turn. Let's ink something we probably don't need. We're going to ink our Clarabelle Contented Wallflower. I don't think we're going to be lacking for cards anytime soon. And then it's probably just time to quest a bunch. Questing a bunch seems good. So you said you had 6 cards in your hand or 5 cards in your hand?
I have 5.
Dan?
Yeah, I have 5.
And you have how many now do you have, Brittany?
5.
Okay, so this Sisu is 11-4.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to quest for 2, bringing me to 9.
Got to take out the other side.
Support. No, it's to support the Alice.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, and
So
she's going to grant her
2.
11 strength to Alice. And then Alice is going to quest for 5, taking me to 14. And she's going to grant 12 strength to
Does she have support?
Yes, she does by default have support. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
She doesn't have. She gives everything else
only
support.
others. That's right. Oh, you're right. Okay, so
you gotta do it the correct way.
Let me go. Yeah, I was gonna just like go from left to right. So let me just move her to the end then. We're gonna give the 12 strength to Card Soldier.
So are you not questing with?
I will quest with her at the end of the turn. So let me go back to being down to 9. So I'm going to quest with Card Soldier going to 10 and grant now it's 14 strength to Toby. Toby is going to quest for 1. I'm going to 11 and grant it's now 17 strength to Tippo. Tippo is going to quest for 1. I go to 12. He's going to grant it's now 1 additional to Alice. What was it? What did I say it was last time? 12. So it's now 13 strength to Alice. And then Alice is going to quest for 5. So I go to 17.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And then we're going to pay 2 to play LeFou to ready Alice up. She can't quest again this turn. She could, in theory, challenge.
I was going to say, you should have just untapped like Tipo and slammed Tipo into something.
Oh, yeah, that's a better idea because he is a
lot.
1 less.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tippo. We're going to ready up Tippo. And then we're going to use him to challenge, I guess, the...
So if you go into Tiana, I can take out Arthur.
Yeah.
I can just
that was the plan. I'm going to go against Tiana, and I'm not going to pay the 3, so he's still going to be like a 10 strength character at that point.
And then I'm going to hope to draw my Be Prepared.
I mean, that's the only fair thing at this point. I'm going to use the remainder of my turn. I'm going to use 4 ink to play this Phaline,
Yeah.
Playful Fawn, and pass to you.
Right. I'm seeing the synergies. Seeing the synergies.
But it's a good call by Brittany. I've played this deck like 2 or 3 times and did not realize she didn't have support herself, Alice.
I only know because that's my husband's favorite card.
Oh, nice.
And we have a very
You have an
fun
enchanted
story.
one?
No.
Oh, okay.
You said
No.
Arthur is a 1/3,
Correct.
Yes, so he's down to
and he
he's a
has 1
now.
on him right now.
Correct.
Okay, so we're gonna swing Maleficent into him. So we challenge there. We get 1 damage here. What is your card soldier's stats?
He's now a 3/1. He's a 3/2 with
Okay.
1 damage on him. So for 1 damage, you can banish Toby, Tippo, or card soldiers. Those are the 1 characters that currently have 1 remaining willpower.
I think we're just going to take out the card soldier.
Okay.
I think all 3 of those quest for 1, so it's not a big deal.
That's correct. Yep.
And then we're gonna play Prince Eric.
That's a good one.
And we're going to ink. I think I have to do this. Queen's Castle. And so, yep, we'll pass the turn.
Top decks 99 puppies again.
That was so good.
It was really awesome.
We're gonna ink Pegasus. We're gonna spin. Oh, wait.
Lantern.
Everybody draws a card
Oh,
at
yeah.
the start of my turn.
Yes, agreed.
Everybody draws a card? Is that what you said?
Everybody draws a
Each
card.
player draws a card. At the start of your turn, I choose either each player draws a card or each player discards a card. And I said I was gonna be friends. I meant it. We're gonna spend 3 to play Clarabelle. How many cards does everybody have in hand?
5.
1 more. 6.
I got 5.
So I still get to draw a card. Then we're going to spend 4 to play Dolores to draw a card because everybody has exerted characters.
Nice.
And then we're going to use the lantern to play a magic room. And then quest for 2 to go to 22 and pass.
Right.
Oh boy. You quest to 28 that we can see. All right, let's draw for turn.
I probably shouldn't have inked all those Merlins.
You need those.
I know, but I thought I'd draw another. There's a ton in the deck. And I was going a different route, but I went the wrong route.
You went the route. Okay, so doing this in the correct order. That Cusco isn't evasive or anything, is it?
It is.
It is evasive.
It is. He do be evasive, so you can't touch him. I am also giving you presents with him.
But you're gonna win.
You're gonna win.
I mean, that's the goal. But in order for me to win, I have to stop you from winning. Okay.
You're
yeah,
1 lore away from winning on board right now.
I know, but I can't. You're gonna 99 puppies again, Brittany. Stop setting it up. It's already happened.
I'm not. That'd be wild. Someone would say I was a cheater.
Yeah.
It would happen.
I'm gonna play this Scar, Heartless Hunter. And he plays Teeth and Ambitions when he comes into play. He has that as an ability. So I'm gonna stack 2 damage on Phaline to do 2 damage to that Cusco.
That's really rude.
I know. I'm tired of drawing cards. There's too many cards. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start questing out here. So 2, I go to 19 and gives, I think, around 11. Actually, we should probably count it now. How many cards are in your hand, Dan?
3, 4,
It
5,
doesn't really
5.
matter because she only needs 10. So Sisu
You're
on
right.
its own does the support on it by
Yeah,
itself.
yeah. And I don't think I'm going to be challenging anything. So you're right. We can shortcut that and just assume that by the time I get to Alice, she'll have more than 10 strength. So quest for 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when she quests, I'll have the largest character on board, which gives her an additional 2 quest points. She says, while you have a character in play with more strength than each opposing character, this character gets 2 additional. So she'll quest for 3 more here, and then 5 for
So
Alice. So that'll be
that's
5,
30.
6, 7, 8,
32.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that
Hmm.
is. That is. How did
Hmm.
we already get there?
Hmm.
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 Huh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Okay,
Wild.
Brittany, wait, I apologize. I take back that play
Oh,
then.
really?
Yeah,
Really?
you can have the
Really?
Cusco. That is
Mm.
not intentionally supposed to have been
Uh-huh,
Rubbins. I just forgot to do math.
You could have you could
uh-huh.
have taken out my Prince Eric, and then no.
And then you could have blown up the Alice. But yeah, I that was not intentionally trying to rub
the
it
old
in. I
aggro
apologize.
the old aggro decks here.
I know, right? It's too slow. It's this format. I mean, this format can be really, really fast. And then somebody plays Grab Your Sword as their song.
Yeah, that's
Really,
that's
not
where
fast.
this deck again. I think Merlin in general is very powerful, but if you really think through it, right? Even if I play like the morph route, you're still doing it on turn 5 at the earliest to get the card. Turn 6
Yes.
to
Yeah.
probably play the card. I mean, technically, like it's 6, so if I was in blue, green, steel, I guess I could grab your swords and sing it.
Mhm.
But again, it's a turn
That
5.
was what we were thinking. Was the strongest way to do
Yeah.
like Morph Merlin is to fetch a song that you can immediately sing.
Yeah.
That way you're basically just taking songs at your deck and immediately throwing them.
Yeah.
It's just the question is, can you pair it with something? I mean, steel seems like the most obvious choice because like you can always start like trying a whole new world a lot.
Mhm.
Grab Your Sword is probably one of the most important ones
Yeah.
in this kind of matchup.
Because I mean,
Like if you had to Grab Your Sword, it would have taken out almost every one of my characters too. So
yeah,
it's that deck has certain weaknesses for sure. I think,
I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
Brittany, your deck didn't really have a lot of characters with 2 health. There were more usually, like 3 or more.
yeah, but see,
Right?
like I should have, like at least one of those Merlins I should have kept because
I agree.
if I could have shifted Merlin on 5, I could have grabbed like Big Sisu. Big Sisu would have
Yeah.
also
Mhm.
wrecked the whole board.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Minus your
But
one
Big
Sisu.
Sisu costs
8
8.
Yeah,
Did
but
you reach
without
8?
the shift.
yeah. So I mean, like I would have just barely had it like right before you all won, but I mean,
Yeah.
Do we, because that game was so fast, want to play again?
yeah, we can definitely. Humble was asking when we were playing. I just messaged him said
Now.
we were about to. Yeah, I was like, we're playing now, but we're
Imminently.
about to be done with that game if you want to play. So we'll give him a second. I'm definitely gonna change my deck though. If that's what y'all are
You,
running, I'm definitely changing my deck.
I can switch to my princess deck.
Whatever you want to
Sure.
play. Because
I
yours
can switch
isn't
to my
yours
princess
isn't the
deck.
combo, right?
Oh.
I know yours is.
Uh,
No,
shiny, but-
hers has got the bling out. She's got the shiny.
Yeah, that one has all my enchanteds in it. And it needs more enchanteds. It doesn't have enough
I know.
enchanteds.
I've only got like 4 or 3.
That one wins the financial victory.
So,
Like,
and then I've got 2 of the D20 D23s in there.
Yeah,
nice,
I
nice.
need your extra D23 behind you at some point in life so that I can have the D23 shinies in my pretty decks. Because the Ursula's stunning. And the Cindy, oh my god.
Yeah. That's what I
need
got.
them.
I got the Cindy, and then also the hey, there's a Tamatoa. Also the Vanellope. If you're running that one with the princesses.
I am running Vanellope with princesses.
Oh, that
I
was in
can
there
do
as well.
princesses. That's fine. I shall switch decks. Then you will see 3 of my 4 heroic decks.
All right, let me direct message.
So you said you and your husband had built 2 more this weekend? That's pretty sweet.
Michael built 2 this weekend. Just my husband
Oh,
did.
oh yeah, yep. So you're gonna have some new ones, right? Coming up soon?
Uh, I probably won't play his decks. His decks are all mean. He does mean stuff, and I don't wanna do mean stuff.
That's fair, but now you're making us feel really guilty for doing mean things to your deck. You were just trying
On
to
my
get us cards.
birthday, no less,
I
Shannon.
know. Man,
You ruined Daisy and Donald's date? What did they ever do to you?
I am the villain. Look, I'm playing Hades today. I'm not actually playing Hades, but I'm feeling Hades today.
The worst.
Yeah, I'm wanting to do the item deck, so that's the next one I'll build this week. I just have to sit down and look through the cards, but who knows?
Yeah, you heard my next one. It's going to be the Madrigal family goes to Cuscatopia.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Oh
the
my god, I
theming
kind of
it
love
out.
that.
Theming it
Yeah.
out.
Why are these cards backwards? How in the
Yeah.
world did this happen?
Yeah, I feel like that's like the more I want to do this weekly. I know it's hard, like it takes time to put the decks together, but like go ahead and create some kind of schedule because I would love to do like a franchise deck, even if it's 2 franchises like you're doing, but like a week where we just both pick something like that and your whole deck has to be that way.
I think
Yes.
with the 100 cards specifically, with it being singleton,
Yeah.
you would have to do 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have to
I
do
think
3, maybe 4, because there aren't very many franchises that have more than
Mhm.
like 20's the average.
Yeah.
And like the only ones that really get around that easily is puppies because of Tailwagger or
Mhm.
and
Big
Big
Hero
Hero
6.
6 with the microbots. And outside of that, it's hard currently to do franchise specifically with just 1 movie.
Yeah.
You'd
right.
almost have to do 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'd be cool with
but
that. Again, it'd be like looking through, right, and just figuring out is it 3 that we can make decent decks. But by doing that week it becomes a little more casual because you're doing it, or
Yeah.
looking at like I mentioned earlier before we went live, but like a budget week where we all have a certain dollar amount that we can't exceed. Just
oh, I can't do that.
different things like that.
She can't not play her Enchanteds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I need to grab Rapunzel.
all right.
Grab
Yeah.
that Rapunzel.
We'll have to
Gonna go
do
to
we'll have to
bring
do
that
the
one.
budget one like right after Fabled when like half of all the
Everything's
cards are worth nothing.
very affordable. Yeah.
Well, a message Humble. We'll see if he messages back. If not, we'll just jump back.
Yeah, we
into
can
this
just play
three.
another game right now. Yeah, for the franchise one, I have been working on. Maybe it's a wider net than franchise. It's just like theme forward, a
Yeah,
theme
yeah.
forward deck. Like had been working on a dogs deck for my wife, and it
Mhm.
wasn't necessarily 101. She wanted to play like all of the dogs, and
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course Stitch. Um, and then after seeing Brittany's deck too, I was like, yeah, it works really well.
Mhm.
Uh, she wanted to play Goofies. She's like,
Yeah, yeah.
she has like a lot of hot takes on the whole Goofy Pluto dynamic of the Disney franchises.
Mhm.
Who are
But
we talking about?
my wife, and
Mm.
so for her more casual theme deck, it's dogs is the theme. So there are tail waggers in there, but then there's Lady and the Tramp. There's
Mhm.
Bolt. I think there might be a Bolt in there.
Is that for
Um,
her heroic deck?
yeah, for
Yeah.
her heroic deck. Yeah.
Did you show her my list for puppies? Because mine isn't
Yeah,
just 101 Dalmatians.
yes, and it's similar to your list in a lot of ways. It's just she wanted to play some other dogs as well. She wanted to play like all dogs, so like Nani's in there and like
Mhm.
all the
Nani?
dogs she could fit. Yep, or not Nani, no. I don't know. I don't know which dog it is. There's some dog that has a hairnet on or something like that.
Nana.
What?
Nana.
Nana, thank
From
you.
Peter
From
Pan.
Peter
Nana.
Pan. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
Nani is not a dog, and we're gonna need to have a conversation because what are you talking about?
Yeah, Nana.
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 Like your
Nana.
grandma.
That's what it was. Oh, that makes sense.
It's
You
Nana.
can tell I haven't seen Peter Pan in like 25 years, so I've
That's
forgotten all these
okay.
side characters.
My child decided that he wanted to watch Hook,
Mm.
and because he's seen like snippets of it on like YouTube Shorts or whatever, and he's like, "I want to watch this. This looks so good." And I was like, "We could do that." And he's like, "Why don't you sound excited? It looks good." And I was like, "Because Robin Williams is in that, and I can't watch a Robin Williams movie now without crying my eyes out." He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then we had a whole big conversation about it. And then he was like, "Oh, that makes sense. It would be like this random, like super highly." I think he said Tom Holland is his equivalent. And I was like, "That's fair for your age to pick Tom Holland."
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, but
if
he also
Spider-Man
said
went
like
away.
Hugh Jackman. And my husband was like,
Jackman.
"Matthew, Hugh Jackman was literally in stuff while we were kids, younger than you. He just keeps
Still got
going."
it. You still
Right?
got
Yeah.
it though.
And then
Yeah.
Matthew was like, "No, he wasn't." And I'm like, "Literally, here's Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine in the 90s when I was
Yep.
your age." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's like a
It's so good.
generational Wolverine." And he's like, "He
He's-
looks the same." And
He's
I'm
the
like,
anchor being for everyone here too.
Yeah, he really is. It's that joke has so many levels to it because I feel like Wolverine has been carrying the X-Men
Yeah.
franchise on his back for so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Matthew was like, "He hasn't aged. Is he Wolverine in real life?" And I was like, "I don't know, buddy. A great question."
All right. So we've got our decks. Looks like we've switched some stuff up.
Game 2.
-1. So
What a bully.
all right, so let's zoom in here. For me, I'm switching up to Jafar. Again, haven't really edited this deck at all, so it's pretty old. Jafar, Tinkerbell as my ally. Again, just to put some damage everywhere. And then how far I'll go. This probably should be a better card, but it's there. We'll see what happens. All right, Brittany, what do you got? You got princesses, but what's it all doing?
My storyboard for this deck changes literally depending on my mood. There's 3 different allies in this deck, so that changes what my songs are based on the ally. So today we're gonna do Rapunzel Gifted with Healing to match my mat. And then we have Phil as our ally, because whenever you play a hero character, they get Challenger +1, but also they gain a lore. And then my song is Ever As Before, which is underrated in every other game, but in Heroic is one of the like best songs ever. It's really, really, really great. Also, fun fact that I learned in real life games, this says remove 2 damage from any number of chosen characters, not your characters.
Yes.
So if I wanted to heal other people's stuff to like take away their buffs of like if this character has damage, they get more strength. Haha.
Whoa.
What?
My card soldiers.
No, you don't have any of that, Shannon.
Also really good for taking out illusions, right? Like
Yes,
Mhm.
because
choose
it
any
would be
number of
targeting
illusions.
with an action.
Yeah.
Leave my illusions alone.
Oh,
Do
he
you
said it
have
was an
illusions
old
in
list.
there?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
He said he didn't update it. Lies.
I don't think I have Cobra in here, but if any card is in here, it'd probably be the giant
All
Cobra.
right, Brittany, if you see a set A card, call it out.
I'm gonna be like
me
this.
see.
Well, then you would both be liars in this episode.
Yeah, I don't
Why?
think I have
Wait,
any.
you said you wouldn't use Miracle Candle, and you did. We're all liars here.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll draw up our 7. We'll alter out, and then we will jump in.
He almost said it
to the
again.
game. I know. It's here's the thing: 20 plus years. It's hard to break these habits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw back 2.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna do 1.
Oh yeah, and I didn't let Shannon describe his deck just because
It didn't change.
he already had it.
I was trying to come up with a new theme. It was Alice at the gym. My wife and I had joined a gym recently, so we're doing a lot of working out. So I was gonna try
I
and
like
name
it.
every buff some kind of exercise, but then I realized how absolutely tedious that would have been for everyone so quickly. So I decided against it. I'm gonna send
All right.
4 back.
And I'm gonna be a little stingy. I'm gonna say I go first because I was in last place of the last game. And
That's fair.
loser always goes first.
That's fair, I guess. I'll allow it.
So he's gonna draw the most ire from the both of us, right?
Yeah,
Because you
probably.
challenge, right, Brittany? You gonna challenge with that deck?
No, absolutely not.
Go on, there's some really cool like Mulans, Rayas,
Yeah, right.
Those are
Previously
red,
hidden.
and my
Namari.
colors
She
are
has no red.
amber, steel, and
Oh yeah, you're
sapphire.
right.
So
There's a Dinky Mulan, a 2/1 that I run in
Yeah.
every single steel
She
deck.
she does not have the combo. So, all right, I'm gonna draw for turn.
this deck is literally just pretty. Okay.
I'm gonna ink the queen and say go.
So my turn.
Yes, your turn.
Oh, gorgeous. Excellent. Wonderful. We're off to a great start. We are going to ink the prince to play Vanellope and then pass.
On Schweetz, both of those cards were foil, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is good stuffs. We're
I
going to
am
ink
4
the-
cards away from this being fully foiled.
What? That's awesome. I need to start getting my foils on. I'm gonna ink this Ruby Coil and play this Nick Wild, Soggy Fox. He is foil. One of these cards is foil. He becomes a 3/2 if I have a character with support in play. I'll pass to you, Dan.
All right. We are going to ink that card. We'll ink this Yzma. We'll play a magic mirror.
Okay.
And say go. Pass that turn.
We are gonna ink Aurora to play an Anna and then quest for 1.
Nice.
Then pass.
All right. Let's draw the turn. Good, clean. Lorcana right here. I'm gonna ink this Mad Hatter, Unruly Eccentric. I'm gonna play a Lumiere, Fiery Friend. Gives all my other characters +1 strength. Theme is theming. And then we're gonna go ahead and quest. How big is that? How big is that? Is
She's
that Anna?
a 2/2.
Okay, I'll
No,
quest with
Vanellope
this.
is 2/2. Anna is a 1/4.
Is it 1/4? Okay, I'll quest with this Nick Wild going to 1, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
You did say you weren't planning on challenging, but I just like to be safe.
This deck does not do that. This deck literally just looks pretty. I'm not even gonna lie. This deck loses more
appreciate
games
that.
than wins.
But it does it in style, right?
100%. Yeah. This is not my winning deck.
Wait, that Anna is a 2/2, you said?
No,
The
Vanellope
1/4.
is a 2/2.
And the
Anna's a
1/4.
1/4.
Yeah. She's the one that gets the more lore.
If I have another hero in play,
Vanellope is a hero.
maybe. I don't know.
Very sly. It's hard to read. It's too shiny. It's too shiny to read. So.
Oh, that's not my problem.
That's our problem. Our problem.
Yeah. You should just know the card, Shannon.
All right, we're going to.
I didn't even know what my own Alice did, and it's my own main character.
We're gonna ink a bosses on the roll, and your Vanellope is gonna get sung at by Elsa. I'll let that storm rage on.
That's so rude.
It's on theme.
We'll draw that card, and we'll pass the turn. I'm sure you have another hero in your hand.
Yeah.
She looks at 7 heroes in hand. Yep.
But we're gonna ink a hero instead. We're gonna ink the prince to spend 3 to play the Great Stone Dragon and then pass.
Ah, all right. She's gonna turn all those
Or
Spanish glimmers
will
into
she?
value.
Or will she? I'm in steel as
Stay
well.
tuned. Stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna ink this Ben eccentric robot, and then we will pay 3 for Alice, and
That's rude.
then we will quest for 2, going to 3, and pass to you.
Okay. Untap. Draw. You're going to ink. I don't feel like either of y'all really played a bunch of items, so I'm gonna ink this I find in my Platinum.
Ooh, such a good
But
card.
for these 3, I'm gonna play Benja, and that Stone Dragon's gotta go away.
No,
That
that's
is
so rude.
that was her whole turn.
It was.
Happy birthday, by the way, Brittany. Happy birthday.
Yeah. I literally said this is the deck I lose with.
And just nonstop aggression.
And then I'm gonna pass the turn. I'll let you have your turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, will you?
So kind.
We're gonna sing one jump ahead. We're gonna ink the gumbo pot, spin 4 to get fill out. And then pass.
Wait, did you quest?
No, I sang one jump
You
ahead.
sang. Gotcha. I was looking at something. Didn't know.
All right. So Nick Wild's a 4-2. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to play the Simba Adventurous Successor. When he enters play, chosen character gets 2 additional strength this turn. Nick Wild, I'll give that to Nick Wild. So Nick Wild, who's naturally a 1/2, gets +2 when there's a character with support in play, which I have a bunch in play because Alice gives everyone support. Then he gets another strength from Lumineer, so that makes him a 4/2, and then 2 from Simba makes him a 6/2. So he's going to quest for 1. I go to 4. He's going to grant his 6 strength to Lumiere. Lumiere is going to quest for 1. I go to 5. Lumiere is going to give his 8 strength to Alice. And Alice, of course, also gets a +1 from Lumiere. So her base strength is 2 now. +8 is 10. So she's going to quest for 5, and I go to 10. And with the rest of my stuffs.
What is Alice's normal?
She's a 1/4 on any other day of the week.
Well, she's a 2/4 because Lumiere just gives +1 passively. That part's relevant for challenging. Because it's not challenger +1.
Let's ink this Develop Your Brain. And then we're going to pay 3. No, we're not. We're not going to do that. That would just be totally rude. So we're going to play this Chicha. And pass.
All right. Untap. Draw.
I'm running out of cards as an aggro deck this time without having signed contract and Brittany drawing 14 cards.
All right, I'm going to ink this Cinderella.
Listen.
For 5, I'm going to play this Elsa.
Oh, man, I thought it was Grab Your Sword. I felt it in my bones.
I wish. All right, so
2-5.
Brittany, I'll ask you this question. I believe I'm gonna take out the Alice.
Yeah.
But would you like to challenge anything if I were to tap it down with my Elsa?
No, this deck literally doesn't challenge.
It can if it wants to. Anybody can challenge.
It doesn't.
It doesn't want to.
All right.
Once again, this deck is just to be pretty.
Okay.
And no other point.
We'll just tap down the Chicha in case Brittany decides she wants to do something.
Does it ready next turn or is it frozen for?
No, it readies next turn.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing these 2 into your Alice.
Okay. All right. She's banished. I'll send her back to my storyboard, increasing my taxes by 1, and she does 2 back to each of your characters.
She does.
Yeah, because of the Lumiere, remember?
Yep. 2 is
Get
there.
over this.
And I will pass the turn.
I won't do that. It'd be really funny. I'll do that the next time.
If there is a
I
next time.
suppose I will. Does anything hit for 3 on your board?
No, I have a 2-1, 2-1, 1-2, and 2-2. I'm sorry, they're all +1 strength. So Chicha is a 3-1 right now. If you're going to challenge her.
Perfect. I guess I will challenge Chicha for 2.
Okay. Should be a 3 to you.
And then I will spend 4
Oh, that's a
to play my
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel to heal
is-
Anna
See,
to
That's-
draw
you're
3, but I
welcome.
also gain a lure off of Phil.
You're
Yep.
you're welcome for me tapping down Chicha for you, even if you didn't want me to.
I don't like my choices. We're gonna ink Simba for turn. And then play Coconut Basket. And
Nice.
then pass.
All right. Let's draw for turn.
Look, I got to play my Rapunzel.
Ink this Kit Cloud Kicker. I don't like any of these targets right now. And then we will play a Mad Hatter. Good old Mad Hatter. So this Nick Wild is now back to a 1-2 on account of not having any
2-2.
support. Yeah, a 2-2 with Lumiere. Simba is, however, a 3-1 with Lumiere's buff. And how big is Elsa at this point? She's got
evasive.
3.
She's evasive.
Oh, she is evasive. Okay, so it's just Benja then.
Yeah, Benja's a 2-3. And then you've got Anna as a 1-4 over there.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge.
I have been bullied enough already.
I'm just saying I have 0 lore. You at least have 2. So
That
I'm
sounds
going
like a you
to.
problem.
I'm going to challenge, I guess, the Benja with
All
this
right.
Nick Wild. Trade with that. And then we'll go ahead and quest with just Simba going to 11. And I think that's going to be it for my turn. I'll pass to you.
All right. Untap, draw. So again, I'm not seeing a bunch of items, so let's ink this Aladdin.
What are you scared of?
What do you mean? Items? There's all kinds of scary items.
That was the answer. Yeah, items. Lucky
So,
dimes haunts my nightmares.
Yeah, for 4, I'm gonna play Jafar. This is set 7 Jafar, not 8. So no 8s. During
Okay, but it's
opponents,
still been updated.
Mm,
I don't know. Just there's maybe 1 or 2 cards. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your illusion characters is banished, you may return that card to your hand. And like
Get
I
'em.
said, we'll see if there's illusions in there. And then for 2,
Get up, Brittany.
we'll play Calhoun.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah. Get out of here, supporters.
Yeah, my supporters are going to start falling pretty quick now.
So what is the stats of your Simba that's tapped?
He's a 3. He's a 2-1 naturally, but he's getting a +1 from Lemire, so he's a 3-1 right now.
I don't know if I want to lose my Elsa.
That was my gamble on questing with that one. I don't know if it was worthwhile to you, especially considering she's evasive.
And it only quests for 1, so
Yeah.
I think in this case, since nobody has evasive, we're just gonna quest for 1 and get on the board.
You did it.
And I will.
This is the part on the stream where like confetti shoots out.
I will pass the turn. I've got to get all that stuff set up. One day. I got to get
a real
turned.
life confetti cannon. None of this gift stuff. I want to see like your room being filled with confetti at all times.
I need to get the buttons where it's like winner and all of that.
Yeah.
So soon, one day.
We are gonna heal what has been hurt.
Hmm.
Spend 2 for a spaghetti dinner.
Oh, jeez.
Spend 5 for a Kita.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Thumbs
then
up.
we're gonna quest for 6 to go to 8. And everything gets -3 attack
Yeah.
until the start of my next turn.
Where's my Under the Sea? Where's my...
Not in that deck because that's a
Yeah.
green song. So if you have that, you would be called a
Sus.
cheater.
Sus.
And then I'll pass.
I actually got to do that
Oh,
a
I'm sorry. Wait.
few weeks ago.
I would like to also heal the Elsa 2 health
Yes.
because I played a character, and whenever you play a character, you may move 2 damage or chose a character.
All right, Simba, you're going
Very
down next turn.
generous. Very generous.
Except you're not going to be able to do it next
So-
turn. Everything is -3.
So, question: does
Mhm.
that override Lumire's ability? I would
Correct.
assume not.
It's a -3 static, so like your Mad
His is
Hatter,
a-
for example, is a 3 because of Lumiere. It's still 0.
Okay, so the statics override abilities.
So the -3. So even though your static is there, the -3 is your total. It's looking at it kind of at the top level, if you think of it like that. So
Like a
The
same
sum of all modifications.
yeah.
Make
So
that
technically,
Well, then-
without Lumiere, it'd be technically a -1, and then with Lumiere, it takes it to a 0.
Okay. Well, that kind of answers all
Yeah.
other edge cases I can think of off the top of my
If
head.
you play something that gives something attack this turn, like Simba, for example, that would override it because it's adding an additional. However,
Right. Yeah.
if that something, the -3 is total. So, like, if the something would only gain 1 and only had 1, it's still at 0.
Right. Right. They just kind of cancel each other out, right?
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna pay 4 for my Alice. Get her back into play.
But I just wanted to play an enchanted, okay?
Then I will quest with Mad Hatter for 3, going to 14. Let's see. Do I want to risk the fact that everything has -3? Well, let's send Simba once again into on a quest, going to 15 lore with questing Simba. And I'm probably just going to keep Lemire back for now. And if I lose by 1, I'll know this was the moment. I'll pass to you.
All right.
Not
Nope,
you,
not
Brittany.
me.
Not
I
you,
know,
Brittany.
I know. I
Since,
stopped.
The turn did take a bit, as I.
Okay. It's because of our order, like on my screen.
all right, we're going to ink this Bruni.
I like that card.
All your guys have more than 1 health, so Tink's not doing it.
My Simba only has 1 health. If you're asking me,
Yeah, but
that would be
That's
the
not worth
one.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
not gonna do what I wanted to do. So for 5, we're gonna
Shift Jafar.
shift my Jafar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, hang on. Let me make
It's
sure.
getting
Let me make sure
crazier.
I do this in the right order. Yeah, that's still,
Uh-oh.
that's
They're
still
sequencing.
that's still the right order. All right, so we're gonna shift Jafar. We're gonna sing with Jafar.
What are you singing?
A Whole New World.
Big
Yeah.
shocker. Big surprise.
Everybody discard, draw 7. I'm gonna draw 7, and I'm gonna gain 7 lore.
Seems unfair.
So let me go ahead and go up to 8.
I discarded a Cinderella and a Tiny the Queen in case it's relevant.
All right, I discarded a Ursula. 7 drop a Ursula.
I discarded a Dragonfire, so rude.
Ooh.
I also had a King of Hearts, which I was really liking until free heals were being passed out, free healthcare. This says damaged characters can't challenge my characters, but apparently there's not going to be any more damaged characters anymore on your watch. So
Listen, I said this deck doesn't win.
but it's nice. I think you have a theme through all your decks, which is like, I'm just gonna mind mine and do my thing, and you do your thing, and we'll see who
Let's
reaches the 31st.
I do like my themes.
let's play
There's more.
popsicle. Draw a card.
Jeez.
And gain a lore off.
Gain a lore.
Sure.
9. Can I do anything? Everything doesn't do damage. So I think I'm just gonna quest for 2 more.
Are you drawing off of your magic mirror?
Don't have enough ink. It's 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
It's 4 to do it.
Was
Yeah.
it
To
Hold
draw
on.
one card?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember what card draw looked like in set 1?
Jiminy Christmases. Okay.
And I'm gonna pass a turn because that's all I got this turn.
What was the magic card? Jamadea Tome? Something like that?
Yeah. It's one of those
an
things where,
artifact.
like, yeah, in set 1 and set 2, it was slower with the control. So, like, when you're just top decking stuff, tap 4 when you're just like sinking ink into it was fine. But yeah,
2 to play Rapunzel's Tower. 1, 2, 3, 4 to move everyone to Rapunzel's Tower.
He's having a party.
I don't really want to cover Rapunzel's face, so everybody is at the tower.
Understood.
Are you willing to give up anybody into that Simba?
I'm getting there.
What's
I'm
Mad Hatter stats?
spend
By the way?
1 to play a Dinglehopper.
He's a 2/4 who quests for 3. When you challenge him, I draw
He's
a
a
card.
3/4 with Lumiere.
Okay.
But it's not going to matter because Kita's going to take him out.
Okay. You're going to do 4 damage to him?
Yeah, because
With the
she has Challenger
Challenger and
+1
Pity?
because she's a hero.
Okay. I'll draw a card off of that when he gets challenged.
And then Simba's only a 1.
He only has 1 willpower. That's correct.
I'm going to quest for 4. So go to
Nice.
12. And then I'm
12.
going to heal Kita 1 from Dinglehopper.
Yep.
And then 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1 for Dinglehopper. Did I ink for turn? I don't know that I inked for turn. Did I ink for turn? I don't think I did.
Wasn't watching.
If I did and I'm cheating, it's not intentional. I'm gonna ink my King Sensor Core to spend 1 to play Spaghetti Dinner to go up 1 more. And then
Nice.
pass.
So you're at 13?
Yeah.
Okay. 13, and you quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 for the spaghetti. And presumably 9 and 10.
Oh, I guess I could have
Uncooked
quested
heroes.
with Bill because he's in the thing. And it's fine.
Okay. Draw for turn.
Does Popsicle say toes and character, or does it say your character?
It says chosen character.
Ooh, interesting. So you could heal my Kita.
I could. All right. Did I miss any lore? You're at what right now,
I'm
Brittany?
at 13.
Okay, I missed one.
There was a spaghetti dinner.
Gotcha.
Spaghetti dinner.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2 for a pain. 1 for a Moana self-taught sailor.
I did not ink this turn except for the King Sensor Core. Okay.
And then we're going to ink this little old Stitch Boy, little trickster, to go to 3. Ink available. So Is there a way for this Alice to quest at this point? I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there is a way. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. But it's not like an easy lemon squeezy amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we play one more character, and then this he's a tramp, costs 2 technically. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. All right, so Lumiere is going to sing He's a Tramp. She'll give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strength to this Simba. So Simba's now a 7-1 or an 8-1 with the Lumiere. I'm going to put Tramp back in here, increasing my tax by 1, so it goes to 2. So he has 8 strength, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from He's a Tramp, and 1 from Lumiere is 6, plus 2 is 8. So he'll quest for 1. I go to 16. He'll grant his 8 strength to Alice, and Alice gets an additional strength from Lumiere, so she has 10 strength, so she'll quest for 5. Go to 21. And then we will 21. We'll do 3 or a. This is a little premature, but we'll use a you come back to ready chosen character.
Mhm.
So we're ready Alice, and we'll quest again with her for another 5. So I'll go to 26. Generally, should have probably waited to win the game with that, but winning the game out of nowhere from a position, while funny, isn't always fun. All right, I'll pass to you, Dan.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Tink would be good now.
Yeah. I was trying to play around it a little bit, but
Well, what all does Tink take out on his side?
really just
Pain.
the Simba.
Isn't
Pain's a 1/4, actually.
oh
The
yeah.
classic Tink into grab your swords, but you can't shift Tink, and you don't have the GYS currently.
I wish I
assume.
had a grab your.
The bane of this deck. It loses pretty much every time it gets hit by a GYS. So
I mean, so you definitely want to take out the Alice, like for sure. You also want to take out the Lumiere. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would run Calhoun into Lumiere because it doesn't die. I
Right.
would run Elsa into Simba because it doesn't die, and then I would run Jafar into Alice because it doesn't die. But I would take out Lumiere first so your
Yeah.
other stuff doesn't take as much.
That's what I was thinking. I'm also trying to figure out because you also have. I mean, those are all great plays. You also have a lot of.
I don't have
lore.
one anywhere on board though, like at
yeah,
all.
you're at 13. I think she could probably get 10 next turn.
Yeah.
That was my estimation.
I mean, I'm
So
definitely.
at 13, I don't think she's got lethal.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
She's about to 99 dogs me though.
No, I don't have 99 puppies in this deck.
You should run it in every deck. Come on, Brittany.
Probably, but I don't
Right.
in this deck.
Nah, no, you're right though.
So-
It's off theme. It's off.
So I was already thinking that first. Calhoun's going to take out Lumiere.
Okay.
She's gonna
It doesn't take anything.
she's gonna
She has
take-
resist +2.
Resist +1.
Oh, my bad. I thought she had 2. I
Yeah.
apologize.
You're fine. I gained 2 lore though.
Correct.
Jafar is going to take out your Alice.
Yep.
Then
Do I want this to cost 4? Send her to the discard.
I have 2 plays here.
No, I have to send her over here. It's a 3. She costs 6.
What? And you still have Pain, which is a 1/4, and a Moana that
Moana,
cannot
it's a
challenge.
3/2 that cannot challenge. Correct.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna send Elsa into Simba,
Okay.
and
Taking
Simba is 2, so she'll take 2. I'm going to ink this Grandma Tala. I'm going to tap 8.
Exert.
Exert.
Oh
8,
no, that's a lot. That's so much.
for this Simba, or this
Oh.
Mufasa. Sorry, his dad. Mufasa. This will get me random ink back.
Take the 4th and 5th card.
4th and 5th.
Yep.
1,
there was no chance rolling a
2,
d6 that it
3,
would be.
4.
Yep.
5. 6.
Yep.
Okay, not bad ones to get.
Boo.
They're all exert. Y'all don't have evasive, so the question is, do I pull my Calhoun? Out. I guess so. I don't necessarily need this popsicle. So we'll heal our Calhoun. And we will pass the turn.
Here comes the Brittany top deck.
Nah.
Well, then play at least another Enchanted.
Nope. Don't have any of those
What?
either. I know it sucks. We're gonna hope that you just don't have B prep to ruin lives. We're gonna play Raya to gain a lore. We are going to be sad about life decisions. We're going to ink Hercules, spend 1 to play a golden flower, spend 1 to gain a lore off a spaghetti dinner. Raya's not at Rapunzel's tower. I don't really know how to notate that she's not there.
Well, putting her right on it, that would be the
yeah.
best way, I think.
Yeah. Do this. There we go.
She does kind of feel like she's looking in from outside the tower. Like, what are y'all doing in there?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And how did Phil get in there?
Phil's been there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm wondering about the party going on in Rapunzel's tower, and Phil just shows up because he's kind of
played
like
a character, so I get to heal Kita from Coconut Basket because I played Raya.
Nice.
During your turn, whenever this character vanishes. Okay. I mean wrong card. What are you at, Dan? 13?
Yes.
I think I just hope you don't have a B prepped.
Me?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm at 23.
Okay.
We just hope. And then I pass.
Oops. Hopes and dreams. All right, let's draw for turn. All right, so if you can get pain over 5 strength, we have lethal. So
wait, pain gets extra lore?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You
What?
guys didn't really ask about. So if he has 5 or more strength, he gets 2 additional snarf
It tests for
blasts.
3.
Yeah.
That's
So he
unfair.
So this could, in theory, be 4. So
Well, listen here,
well,
Shannon.
This is why there was a big debate about putting Alice over there, because I could give support, but it
All right.
would cost. Anyways, okay.
I'll be right back real quick. But you keep going. Keep going.
What? Okay.
Two-
All right.
2
Well,
seconds.
okay. I'm gonna play Megara to give Pain 2 additional strength. So he's currently a 3/4, and then we're gonna pay 4 to play our signature song. He's a tramp. Oh, it only
That's
costs
really rude,
3. It only costs
Shannon.
3. To give him an additional
Wait,
3
how does it
strength.
only cost 3? Is it a
It only
1 drop?
costs 1. It only costs 1, yeah. And
And
I
then
have
you
I have
have
tax 2.
2
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. I actually didn't play Lifu this game, so yeah, it's just been tramping.
Well, because you
and-
put Tramp back and you put Alice back. Didn't you do Tramp twice in 1 turn?
No, I only did it once before, and then Alice before. So
Okay.
either way, I had the extra ink. So if I'm wrong, I'll just exert the extra ink in case it did actually end up having 3 tax.
That's okay.
So yeah, we'll give him a total of 5 strength. So we'll quest with these 2 for 4 to go.
Did Shannon win?
Yeah, Shannon's a bully.
What? Listen, this time I
cheating,
don't
man.
think I challenged a single one of your characters.
Look,
Okay.
you cheated. You cheated. If I would have known what Pain did, I would have tapped him down with my Elsa.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
And then ran
That is fair, but
into
no
him.
one asked me. No one asked me what it did.
You're supposed to say when you play them.
I should have
No,
known
it's
though when
all good.
you thought it was a 1/1. No.
Yeah.
What a
Like,
bully.
He's gonna sneak on under here.
Yeah,
on the radar.
instead of the Mufasa, I would have shifted this Elsa
Yeah,
here.
and then I would have.
And then I would have tapped
out
it
of the
down.
game. I was on
Probably ran
the.
Calhoun into it.
It was on fumes as it was, so I don't think I was barely gonna recover. It was just finding some way to get a little extra lore at the very end there after that.
I think so. I think like if you didn't win there, right? Which I mean, with that card seemed pretty easy. But if you didn't win there and it came back to me, I think I was gonna shift this Elsa, tap down a couple of Brittany's things, run some stuff into some stuff, whether it's hers or yours, to control it. Quest with the Mufasa, untap, then probably play this Tinkerbell.
What does that one do?
I don't know. This one's just it's a shift 5 evasive. Whenever this character quests, your other fairy characters get 1 extra.
She's so good.
But it would have allowed me to like throw her down and then potentially shift. I don't know. Like maybe I just played that one instead, but that was where I was back and forth on.
I don't think so. You were at what, Brittany? You were at like 23.
23.
I was at 23. Yeah.
I feel okay. So you were 7
She
away.
would have had it. She had 8.
I would have
8
won
You
on
left.
my
absolutely
turn.
would have had it. Yeah.
On my turn.
I'm not.
Literally.
I would be skeptical that you could actually do enough to her to stop her.
Holy.
But that's the thing is this Elsa can tap down 2
Right.
characters and they can't untap.
And they don't. So that removes
So-
2 from her questing
Right.
pool.
Because most likely you would have
And-
quested out to
Yeah.
29 or whatever, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if
Well,
I
yeah,
was able
but
to
we're
do
saying
enough.
we're saying at least one of those had to go at Pain.
Yeah.
One of her 2 shots, her freeze shots had to go at Pain.
Yeah.
And the other one could have gone at one of her princesses. I don't know.
No.
It would be close.
I,
What does Rapunzel's tower do again? Doesn't it give extra toughness?
Plus
Or
3.
extra- plus 3 willpower. So you would have to challenge with your Mufasa.
see, I would have gotten Finders Keepers. So let's see. No,
I was
there's
wondering,
no
could you have
way.
just tried to?
I don't think so because 4, 6. So it's a 7, 8. 9, draw 3 because Mufasa untaps everything. I would have had 1 extra down. 1 extra down. Draw 3. So what did we just say?
Oh,
7,
there-
8, 9,
there it all
10,
is.
11, 12. No.
I mean, that's
enough.
a lot.
Not enough there, but
Yeah.
then could have played the bell. Ink one more, but that would have been it. So no,
Do you run
not enough to win in one turn, but it would have been better.
Do you run Blue Fairy in there?
I think
I'm
so.
hoping
I think she's in here somewhere because I have enough shifts to warrant.
She's so good.
the purple Blue Fairy, that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
The one
mhm.
that's like when you play Floodborn, you draw a card.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
But
I like
there's
her.
again,
her
I
a lot
haven't
in this
I haven't
format.
looked through set 8. There's probably some set 8 cards that should be in here. There's probably even a couple more set 7 that need to be in here. I think the only card I added was this one Jafar. Just because I want more Jafars for the shift target.
So there were no illusions, right? It was
I don't-
all a bait.
I don't think so. Not yet. I mean, like I said, I think like the snake should be in here.
Okay.
I don't know
Also,
if I've added them.
those glass slippers look awesome.
Is the
foil.
enchanted ones?
So no, they're not. So these are the enchanteds I have. Some people count these as enchanteds. I don't, but it's whatever. This is gonna get replaced with the A Whole New World promo.
In December.
And then
It's not foil, just so you know. I heard
Yeah,
that it's
there's
not
blue
foil.
these aren't foil either.
No, it's the
Oh.
non-foil that's going to the shops. The foil
totally
Oh, so
fine.
there is a foil one.
The foil one is for the competitors.
Oh, that's
Worlds.
right. Okay. Right.
But so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 enchanteds and 2 foils. I don't have a Simba or a Cogsworth foil. And then technically all is found in Bell aren't foil in this deck. But they need the enchanteds versions. So like
Yeah, you're
I'm
gonna replace
spending my
them.
birthday money literally buying this enchanted this week.
The
But
slipper enchanteds really aren't that expensive. Like and overall.
no, they've gone down.
Yeah.
They were really high. They were 150 a piece.
Yeah.
At one point.
They're like 30.
Uh,
they're like 30.
They're like
something.
30 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love hearing about sub $50 enchanteds.
Yeah, so I will end up getting those, and then I have a friend who has Pride Lands, and that's like a $30 enchanted too.
Mm-hmm.
But then my dad has an Amari, so like this one I will eventually get. And then the rest of these are expensive.
Dude,
Is that
Amari looks cool.
mist whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
She's not
also
expensive.
like 30 something.
There's
Original
there's
one,
one
right?
more. Hold on, I forgot. There's one more. I'm an idiot. I'm a dummy. Where's the regular Aurora from set 2? She's also in this deck. I'm stupid. I forgot one.
The only thing that's I would be hesitant is when we get rotation, there's also a chance that they go down even further. But I mean, like if they're 30, they're probably already close enough to the bottom. But I like, for instance, the Cinderella, the 1-drop Cinderella is like one something right now. Once it rotates out of being playable, there's a chance that they stay a little high just because people like the card. It's a princess art, whatever. But there's a lot of people that are playing with her right now in Steel Song. So when she rotates out, there's a chance people may sell off a few of them too.
Yeah. No, I need 10 enchanteds and I need 2 foils for this deck.
Yeah.
Currently. But my plan long term is to continue to rotate enchanteds in. And then there's a couple that like I don't currently have in this deck, but like if I got like Revive, for example, I would put Revive in here, even though I don't have it.
I have that enchanted in my princess deck.
Yeah, so there's a couple in here that I would add in if we ever got it.
And I think Revive is only like $20.
Yeah.
It's really cheap.
So, but I want too many enchanteds.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. Like from an investment perspective, even though you're playing with them, which is going to inherently bring the value down. The thing is,
I don't care.
enchanteds are the only cards that will over time keep value in them.
Right.
Because if you look at like, let's say Rapunzel, right? Rapunzel's already dropped from $50 to $30 or whatever it is right now, like a regular set 1 Rapunzel.
Yeah.
If she gets reprinted, I doubt she will, but if she gets reprinted, it still continues to go down, right? Like if she doesn't get reprinted, it's going to drop like a rock because nobody's going to play Infinity. We're just being real about it. It's going to be a long time until Infinity gets picked up and played. December, sure, people go play it
December 12th,
for the
Infinity Weekend.
for the promos and stuff, but like I don't think it's a format that will thrive for another year or two when we have more rotations. And then Infinity looks way different than Standard. Like
Right.
Well, but the
it's
other
too
thing
similar.
is that especially for that Infinity Weekend,
Mhm.
you could just bring your core constructed deck and
Right.
it's
True.
still valid.
Right.
Yeah.
Like most people are just gonna bring their regular core deck and go to the Infinity Weekend, and because Infinity is all sets, their core decks are still valid and they don't have to do anything different.
Right.
So like most of them aren't even gonna most players are not gonna build a deck for that unless they've kept everything.
Right.
But I
Well,
know a lot of
and-
people who are selling their old stuff.
unless there's a prize. Like again, I know that there's the card they're going to give away, but if your store is also doing like first place gets $50 store credit or whatever because they're going to turn it into a bigger tournament, then I could see people like going, okay, let me go figure out what the best deck is. But I think in general, Infinity will thrive after like 3 rotations when the Infinity format looks way different than core constructed, and there's some kind of like, hey, I want to play Oswald items because now I have all of this stuff, right?
Right.
That I don't have in core, and it's totally different. So I think it will, just like Magic's the same way, right? With Legacy, Modern, and all of that. The reason you play those is because those formats you get these like monster cards that you don't get to play with in Standard, but it takes a while to build up that library. So it'll be something at
Yeah.
some point. But until then, kind of what you were saying, Brittany, like I think there's gonna be a lot of people that get out of Lorcana. There's gonna be a subset of people that just stop playing because of the fact
Yeah.
that they're like, well, all this I invested in, can't use it anymore. I'm kind of over this game, blah, blah, blah. Hope people don't do it, but it happens. I think
Play
there's going to,
heroic.
yeah,
I was gonna say, I think those people that are thinking about leaving because of rotation should just play heroic.
I
You gotta
100,
play more of your stuff anyways.
I 100% agree with the statement, which is one of the main reasons we really looked at this format in the beginning as playing cards you never get to play. And then now with rotation, it just like is like a no brainer. Like, go play with your cards, see what they do, have some fun with them. But because of that, I think you're going to get even more cards that drop heavily. But even if they get reprinted, you're still going to have them drop because now you're just putting more on the market, right? And they're not getting new art treat outside of the epics. They're not getting new art. It's the same art. You just have a different number at the bottom. So I think overall,
Is that true?
yes, they said for Fabled, all the cards there is no new art on the cards for the reprints.
Well, because the Captain Hook from set 1 got a reprint in this set.
In this set. So in other sets, we'll have other random reprints that get new art. But for Fabled specifically, they said that
Why?
there's no new art, probably because they didn't want to pay for all the new art on that many cards. If I had to guess, like it's, they have to pay an artist for every card they do. And for like 2 extra cards that they probably already had like that artist in a bundle of, I need you to do 50 cards for the set, throwing in 2 for the set was probably fine. But for Fabled, 50% of the set is reprints. So it's a set where you get to kind of save some money in general for a company like Corset with Wizards and stuff like that. The only difference is epics. So epics, I believe epics are also going to be only reprints based on what they've kind of said. And the epics will still be the same art, but they'll be extended art like the set 1 Enchanteds. But the holographic will be normal normal foiling like they have now, rather than the actual enchanted foiling. So I think those will have a people like wanting to pay more for. But I think if you get like a tragic beast that's not epic, which I really hope this is where he gets his epic enchanted feel, but but anyway, the rest of them are just going to continue to drop. So I think if you're looking to pick up any set 1 through 4 for future Infinity and stuff, like the time to do it is right when Fabled comes out, because they're going to be dirt cheap.
That makes sense.
Or foils for heroic. Pick them up then.
And here I am getting ready to have a Chaos Seal draft for my birthday party with
Mhm.
all 8 sets.
What? Now that is awesome.
So I'm so excited about it. So we have one of my stores has held on to product from set like every set.
Oh, that's so cool.
Um and so we have stuff from
B
set 1
squared
through
with the
8.
raid. Appreciate you, man. 12 new
Hey.
people coming in, hanging out with us.
Hey, what's up?
So we're gonna do a chaos sealed draft, which they did at Gen Con.
Mhm.
Where you do sealed for a certain number of sets and draft for a certain number, and then you build one big deck. And so we're doing sealed for the odd number sets, and then draft for the even number sets, and then build a all color 60 card deck and play 3 rounds.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then there's prize support, and I'm dumb excited about it.
Yeah.
That does sound awesome.
I enjoy like we did the I know it's not completely the same with the chaos. We did just the Lilo boxes where both of us opened up a Lilo
Yes.
box and did it that way with sealed. It was a ton of fun. So
The Lilo box has one of every pack except for first chapter. Is
no.
that how it works?
So it's randomized
It's random.
6 packs, but no
2 through 7, right?
2 through 6.
Is it 6?
I think so. I'd have to pull
Yeah.
it down, but I think it's 6 because it came out during set 7 and
Yeah.
set 7's not even in it. So you,
And so it's a random
No,
assortment of
it came out
packs.
during set 6.
oh, did it?
So can there be repeat
Not during.
packs in there?
Yes. So
Correct. Yeah.
you'll get like
Ah.
one repeat within it. At a
Mhm.
minimum, you could get really unlucky and get like 3 shimmering skies.
Or 3 Ursulas.
yeah.
We had that happen.
Mm.
But we did
Well,
I think one of ours had 2 floodborns, which was nice, but you know.
Right.
you want Inklands packs is what you really want, honestly.
What's good out of
Because
that one?
Ursula Deceiver of All and
Diablo.
Robin Hood.
No, Diablo's
Diablo.
4. Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't Robin Hood 3 or is Robin Hood 2?
No, Robin Hood's 3 because Beast is 2. Beast is 2,
Yeah.
Robin Hood's
Yeah.
3, Diablo's 4.
So like you're wanting to pull either a Robin Hood Enchanted, a Diablo Enchanted, or an Ursula Deceiver of All Enchanted because all 3 of those are still playable and good enchanteds.
Mm.
So if you do get double packs, you want them to be Inklands for that chance to be higher.
Mm. I
So
have one of the Lilo boxes that I got for my birthday, but I never got around to opening it. So
maybe you should go grab it and open it right now.
Right now? No.
Right
you
now.
This is your birthday. I don't want to steal your thunder.
What if you get
also
birthday
you
luck
also get
from
the Lilo.
me?
You also get the Lilo that you can use in your heroic decks because it's the alternate art and foil. So
okay. I think we talked about the borders of these cards.
I
Yeah.
love them. Are you
I
saying
know,
you
Brittany,
don't?
you're all thumbs up. From the art I've seen, do not like them. I think I've seen a player play one before, and I was not.
I did not enjoy the Mickey, but that's mostly because I think the red is it's a very aggressive red.
Yeah.
Like, it's a scary red. I love the Lilos. I am dumb
Mm.
excited for Tinkerbells.
The
I want to
Tinkerbells-
play Set of Tink.
The Elsa's is an interesting one because I don't feel like the art is enough different. I mean, it is different art, but it doesn't feel different enough
Yeah.
to me.
There's only so many ways you can see the Ice Queen firing ice blasts, right?
But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they're just going to do the 6 and stop, or if they're just going to like continue it for a while.
Why not? Like,
so.
I mean, there is like this other group that are collectors.
Yeah.
They play this game to collect.
I think that they will do those gift set boxes with the random packs every other set. And it'll be a different color.
Yeah.
Because we got Lilo was amber, and then the next one we get is a set is 2 sets later, right?
Yeah.
So it's every other set and it's amethyst.
Right.
And if they follow that trend, every other set on the even sets going forward will get another color box. And I think that they will do that with the intention of making sure we have a promo in every one of those colored borders.
But all we're missing is one, which is green. So Lilo's amber, Tinkerbell's steel. We already have.
Oh my gosh,
Mickey's red.
No. I'm talking about with the boxes. Like the Lilo box is also amber.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The box that the
right?
cards go in. I got you.
Yes, is also just like the OP kit boxes that we get that you're supposed to give out every week.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we got an amber box and then we got an amethyst box and then the set we got ruby because it matches Jafar, even though
Mhm.
it should have been emerald.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they'll do the same thing with those gift set boxes with the random packs and the promo in each of the colors so that you have that too.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes sense for you to have different types of storage where
Mhm.
like if you're not going to a league or you're somebody who just didn't end up getting one of the storage boxes from your league, right? Because there's only
Yeah.
12. Like this gives you a way to still have a
Well, it's
colored box,
yeah,
which is nice.
it's a fat pack, right? Like I don't
Mhm.
know if Brittany, you bought a lot of product. I know you played Magic, so but
I
you
do.
we used to have the fat pack where you could go in, but I feel like it was 19.99, which again, inflation, whatever. But I feel like it was 19.99. It's one of those easy pickups off the
Yeah.
shelf. It came same thing, right? It came with X number of packs, a promo that was specific to that fat pack. No, actually, the fat packs didn't come with promos. The gift boxes came with the promos, which are like troves here.
I think the price is still fair because you get what 5 packs, right?
You get
And
5 packs for $29.99.
but most stores sell packs at 6 apiece. 6 is the standard.
Yeah, I
So
guess so.
if you're doing $6 per pack, which is
Yeah, I guess you're
realistically the
right.
standard, and most places will do more than that, but 6 is
Mhm.
usually the low end unless you have a store that really doesn't care and they do it at 5
Yeah,
because they're not
Yeah.
making money off of Lorcana and they're making it elsewhere.
Or
Most
you
do
buy a
6.
booster box, but you only get one, you know,
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
you only
Yeah.
get one
So, like,
set at that point.
most
Plus,
people
plus you
are
get the
doing them
promo.
at 6, which 6 times 5 is 30, and you're getting the promo card
Yeah,
and the
Yeah.
box. Like, I think that 30 is a fair price, genuinely.
So I definitely wanted to just hate this Tinkerbell
the silver
I
board.
love her.
with the
She's
gray
so
border,
pretty.
and I looked at it and I'm like, it looks kind of sweet. I gotta
Okay,
say
but
The
if you
that might be
decide
my
that you don't
favorite.
want them,
I thought that a gray border would make it the least attractive one I've
it's
seen so
probably
far,
gonna
but
be the prettiest.
somehow it's
yeah, it's gonna
the
look good in
most
foil.
attractive.
The only problem with that one though is it's trapped with the binder. And as we know with like the
Oh,
Stitch binder
yeah.
set, right? They're expensive. So it's not gonna like unless you need a bunch of binders, it's gonna
I
feel
will
pretty bad buying 4 of them.
Yeah, I don't like the promos that go with the binders. I liked the big cards that they did.
Yeah.
I wish that the binders still kept those,
Mm-hmm.
personally, but I like the gift set boxes for promos
Yeah.
a lot. And I
Yeah.
like the troves. I think that those are good. I like the binders, but I wish that the binders were just a thing you could buy like the deck boxes and the
Mm-hmm.
play mats
That's what they
Mhm.
and that
used
they were
to.
more easily available. I know.
Yeah. But I
I wish
think
that
I think
they
they
were just
used
more
to,
easily
and I
available.
don't think they sold. So they used to be the 4 pocket binders. So they were the smaller ones. Then they moved
Which
them
nobody likes.
right. Then they moved into the 9
Yeah.
pocket. And I think the problem is just nobody like most people they already have their binders or whatever. And then
It's the quality.
right, or you buy the
Mhm.
one. You buy the yeah, because the quality was terrible. A lot of the spines
Well, the
cracked on a
quality
bunch
is
of them.
awful on all of them still because it's that flimsy plastic.
Yeah.
And most people, if they're buying binders, are either buying really nice leather bound binders that zip
Mm-hmm.
and your cards are sliding in sideways.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, most of the Lorcana binders slide in topside, which means your
Mm.
cards fall out more likely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it's not as it's a quality thing. Like,
Yeah.
if they were better quality, like the Lorcana binders that came out with Ultra Pro, those ones are nice.
Well,
Mm.
that came out that nobody can find. I
They're
feel like
out now.
well, like
They all got shipped now.
I found the deck boxes in a couple stores, but I still
Oh,
haven't found a binder anywhere.
do you need a binder?
I don't know. Like I feel like I want one for the wall. I don't know
Do
if
you
I
do
don't
you
use it.
Do you want a binder? Because I know like 6 shops here that have them.
Let me call her. I'm actually going tomorrow night to a couple stores to talk about heroic at a couple stores tomorrow in the area. So let me see if any of them have it, and if not, maybe we can figure out a binder for a hook deck box.
That is not even trade, sir. That deck box is $5. Listen here.
It's the last hook box in the
It's
world.
not the last hook box.
Um,
That is not a fair trade.
but yeah, so anyway, like, I wish they would continue with that stuff, but I don't know if they will. As far as like the nicer quality stuff, I feel like this is a one and done with as many problems as we had with production on it. I don't know if they'll do a bunch more with it. So
I just wish that they would invest in actual quality products
I agree.
for the stuff that like
They're
I
also
wish their deck boxes were not plastic. I wish that they would just
Mhm.
take the time to have all of them be like like continue with Ultra Pro. I don't care. Have
Yeah.
it be expensive. I don't care. But like
I think
Ultra
they're
Pro's
learning.
done really nice stuff with other games very easily.
Yeah.
Like
I
they
think
can
they're
do what they
learning, which is what came out, like why the Ultra Pro thing happened, because they've heard so much crap about the quality of their card sleeves. Like, I think they should team up with like Dragon Shield or just somebody, right, to do their Lorcana
Well,
sleeves.
Dragon Shield literally has, "Hey, go make custom
Right.
sleeves. Give us an
Yeah.
image." And like
Yeah.
they're higher
Fixing to
quality
make
and
our
better.
own. Fixing to make our own Lorcana sleeves
Do you know
now.
how tempting it is to just be like, "Here's the giant Tink thing.
Mhm.
Give me
Yeah.
100 sleeves."
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like know that they wouldn't peel and it be the like no one's gonna know the difference.
No
Like
one's gonna know.
physically sitting in
They're
front of
not
How
gonna
me.
will
know.
they know?
Yeah. Like it just it boggles my mind that
Yeah.
like they
I-
haven't changed that still.
Yeah. The only thing I will say though, their mats are good quality. Like
Yes.
out of
They
all
are
their
better
products,
quality now.
their mats are good quality that they have, but yeah, a lot of
I
the other
wish that
stuff
they
not
were
so much.
stitched around the edge though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
is my
fair.
only complaint is I wish that they were stitched around the edge.
I never really
Yeah.
saw stitched playmats until I started buying specialty ones from Etsy. Like playing
Mhm.
Magic for 20 years, I don't remember ever seeing a single stitched
Well,
playmat.
a lot
So
of
maybe it's just a bad
Magic players
standard.
don't like stitch playmat, or they didn't, right? Like I'm talking as a generalized whatever, but when I
Yeah.
was doing grinding and stuff, a lot of people didn't like them because your cards, when you pull them down or whatever, um,
Caught.
until everybody was like double sleeving and stuff like that, they can get caught on the edges. But also, a lot of people don't like the wrist on the edges because it's raised, and
Oh.
there was a lot of people that like keep their
It starts to wear. It starts
wrists and
to.
stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That's
or
fair.
rub on your skin. You just don't like the feel of it. But
I have
again,
tried.
I
I've
think
tried
people
for
gotten used to it. But
yeah, I've tried for so many years to give up that traditional TCG flipping of cards in your hand thing,
Mhm.
that we all picked up.
Yeah.
So I have a
Uh,
I have a very big habit of setting my hand down on
yeah.
the playmat and then just placing my hands off the table.
I
So I don't have the nervous habit of just like constantly fidgeting with the cards in my hand.
I
So
I'm the same way in the fact that
really lean.
I feel like I've gotten to the point where I put my cards down or whatever for Lorcana specifically because you can't do anything on their turn.
That's
So like
true.
with Magic, you want to do something like that because you're like bluffing the counter spell or the bolt. And
Or in
like
reverse, you act like you don't have a response. I think I've done that once or
yeah,
twice.
yeah. So like there's a couple times where they go to play something, you'll like kind of get in their head by taking a card off to the side a little bit and then putting it back. Like I've got something.
touch
But
your two islands.
yeah.
But that's part of the that's part of something that I have seen with Lorcana being a very new player TCG and this
Hmm.
being the new player experience for a lot of people
Yeah.
and it being their first TCG. I have watched people sit down with people who have come from Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or whatever and done that
Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
be incredibly intimidating.
Yes.
And like the
Yeah.
other player doesn't know that they're doing it because they've done it for so long. It is habit now, regardless of if it
Yeah.
was a mind thing, like you're
Mhm.
saying.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't like that you're doing that. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
Sorry.
It's a fidget like thing. You just
Yeah.
do it
And
unconsciously.
they're like, I've watched a lot of like really casual players be like, "Could you not please?" And
Yeah,
then just be like so thrown by being like
I remember
asked.
taking players to, like, their first Grand
The
Prix
little
or whatever we used
babies.
to call them
Yeah,
in,
GP or
Magic the
open.
Gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could, so there's a room full of thousands of players,
Mhm.
and they call round 1, and they say begin, and at that moment, the entire room with thousands of people is you can hear a pin drop. Then you hear this like roar of cards flipping, of their hand fidgeting thing of the flip 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 flip, and it's just thousands of people doing it simultaneously. It's like cicadas. It's the craziest thing I have ever seen, and it intimidated new
Yeah.
players, like you said. Like it
Yeah.
was their first time ever going. They're like, "That is the weirdest thing I have ever heard in
Yep.
my life." Is
Well,
the
but it's
sudden flipping of
also
thousands of cards.
like with Lorcana, there's not a need for it at all.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if in my opinion, and this is based on experience, we have a couple of people who do it with the intention of just messing with you here.
Mhm.
Mm,
Not a lot, but a few of our competitive players actively do it to intimidate you, and I'm like,
that's silly.
Lorcana is the most casual of all of the
Yeah.
TCGs. Like there
Imagine trying
is
to bully people in Lorcana and be like,
it's so crazy to me.
Well, what was really weird to me, and I tried doing this a few times with ink. So when we first started Lorcana, there was this huge like community that was so afraid that they were going to have their ink here, and they were going to set their hand down, and they were going to
Mhm.
accidentally pick up their ink. And
I've
Yeah.
done that.
well, like I get
I've
it.
100% done that.
I get it, but like I always do it to where like my hand is always turned the opposite way of my ink, so I know it. But like that was like this huge fear from everybody, and
Mhm. I remember it.
it was because of this thing where like in Magic and all that, cards stay in your hand, but in Lorcana, because you're not doing anything, you put your cards down. So I think there's also like for some people that have that fear, like they fidget with their cards because they don't want to put them down and accidentally pick up their ink. Since you do get in trouble for doing it, I'm not saying that there's no, you know, bad things about it. But then like all the people that wanted to get like ink tokens, to use an ink
Yes.
token to represent
I
your
remember
ink.
some of the first streams I watched back in like set 1 or 2, they were using like
Yeah.
the story cards or the promo card, not the
Mm-hmm.
promo, but I mean
Yeah, yeah.
explainer cards that came in packs as their replacement ink
Yeah.
when they inked a card. That way it's visible for stream, but
Mm-hmm.
also, that you didn't mix it with your hand on accident or anything
I
like that.
tried
Makes
like
it easier to count,
when
especially on camera,
created
how much ink somebody
we
has.
created a bunch of like ink tokens and things like
That is
that.
so cool.
And I've got them in every
I
color. So
I
like
want some
yeah.
so bad.
Yes.
I've got a bunch and I've
Yes.
got them in every color and like I was using those for streams and I would set my ink over here and I'd put like I had some kind of Disney coin at one point and I would put that on top of it. So like this is the ink cards I've inked. Here's this. But then at the same time, like I feel like now you have a higher probability of actually forgetting, like putting a card in your ink and forgetting to add a token, like all that kind
Yep.
of
I
stuff.
have
So
I have friends who like do that, and the
mhm.
way that they've done it is during their turn they have the card that they inked in their inkwell with their ink
Yes,
tokens
that's what I
face
do.
up, and then at the end of your turn after you pass,
Yeah.
you
I
put it
move
face
it and then
down
flip on
in the
ink.
pile and then put a new ink in the thing.
That's what I
Um,
learned to do after a while.
yeah, and that's how a lot of our players here do it.
Yeah.
There aren't very many that do the ink things. I actually just got given ink tokens that
Nice.
are um I got these recently and I will probably never use them if we're being very honest because that's too much thinking for me.
And
But
now we
I
are starting to
got
get cards that like interact with inkwells, like
I got
the
Little
Mufasa.
Mermaid ink cards.
Ah, those are cool.
Um and they're just in like blue sleeves. Like they're just cute. And I was like, these are great and wonderful. My kid bought them for me as a
Oh,
early Mother's Day present. And I was
nice.
like, I love these. Thanks, child. And then I didn't have the heart to tell him I wouldn't use them, but I will probably
It's the thought. It's the
You're
thought.
right. I was
And
like, this is appropriate. Like I'd say it's my favorite princess character. It's
Nice.
in blue stuff, like, it's my favorite color, like, all of this is great, wonderful, and right up my alley. I'm probably never gonna do this. It's also only 9 ink cards, which you would think is enough, but is not.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of had a
What is
bunch
that?
of
It looks like a blue mana.
it is.
Looks like a
So
blue
when I
land.
was originally starting it before I got the custom ones, I was trying to find the rest of my dog. I had these, which are islands. Like a specialty island.
What is
Kinda
that
came
from?
I was gonna say, what is that from? Because that's stunning.
I know, it's really cool.
I have to remember because this is like what's the
It looks like Lord of the Ring. Is it Lord of the Ring set?
It's
no,
not.
it's shoot. I want to keep saying Elspeth, but it's not Elspeth.
That's
Ashiok?
so pretty.
Ashiok?
No, it's the other. It's the one where like everything gets -2, -2.
Oh,
All your
Elish Norn.
Elish Norn. So you know Elish Norn has like all that crazy writing on it. These do too at the
Yes,
bottom.
Phyrexian.
So I think it's a Phyrexian mana. But I got islands and I have like
What?
15 of them. But
Okay,
they're
I got out of Magic the
textured.
wrong time. I knew
Yeah.
they were making more Phyrexian card, like
So
the
it's
cards with Phyrexian
textured.
text on
There's a
them.
bunch of like it's hard to see with the glare and stuff, but there's like a lot of texture and art
Oh,
behind.
no, you can see it. It's
I'm
really
buying
pretty.
10 right now. Are they expensive?
They weren't that expensive when I bought them. But I bought a bunch of them and I was going to use those as ink. So like
I just want them. They're so cool looking.
I had them in sleeves and all that. But then I
Here it
made
is.
the
They're
dog
called a
ink.
full art oil slick raised foil.
There you go.
It's a lot of words.
So many words.
And I
How
thought
many?
I thought the islands would be cool because like a drop, like the drop of ink. Like I was like, oh, this
Yeah,
is cool
yeah.
because they make them for all the.
I think it's the
layers.
best. You're right. That I was wondering why you picked blue, and I
Yeah.
thought you did one for each, but I gathered the drop of ink was the most
Yeah.
appropriate.
If you were doing a Rapunzel themed deck, planes would be good because the plane
Mhm.
symbol looks like the Rapunzel
Oh
symbol.
yeah.
There's a hidden Mickey on my playmat. I'm so sorry. Sorry. There's a hidden
Suddenly.
Mickey. I
hidden Mickey.
apologize.
But yeah,
There's a hidden Mickey.
I was gonna do a couple different inks like with the dogs, and then when I was going to events, which I didn't get to go to too many, but I was gonna give them out at events and stuff like that. So I got a bunch printed.
That's cool.
Is there a hidden Mickey on this? Oh my god, there is. There's a hidden Mickey on this art. I didn't even know. My life has changed. Did you know there was a hidden
Because the
Mickey on
card
this
is the
art?
art. There's
It's right
I'm
here.
assuming there's one in every single playmat.
I don't know. I know that as far as the cards, there's only a handful. There's less than you would think that have hidden Mickeys.
Take your cards off your playmat. I'll help you look.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Somebody has a list somewhere. Maybe it's Mushu Report or somebody has a list of every.
That
hidden
sounds like
Mickey.
something Mushu Report would probably have figured out.
I didn't know, and I'm sorry for freaking out about it, but I really enjoy finding the hidden Mickeys, and I've used this playmat and this card
Mhm.
literally since I started playing.
Yep.
No idea until just now. Just right there. Like plain as day.
All right.
So
well,
well hidden.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up because it is 12:30 now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and I've got to work and take my daughter to school, or not school, but summer camp tomorrow. So
And then Friday Night Locana.
yeah, I think I'm gonna head out to. There's a couple places out towards where Beach Boys is, like the Brandon area. There's like 3 different stores, so I'm gonna pop in there and see if I can talk to somebody tomorrow, and see if we can get it running on some of the other days around there.
Love that.
Yeah. I am probably gonna go to a shop that has some interest and try and crash FNM and get some commander players to scooch over to
Find the
Lorcana.
people in the
But
back, be like, hey, you should check this out.
yeah, exactly. Hey kids, you want some Disney? But if you're interested, if you're interested in coming over to Orlando though, I think getting some of you guys to come up here too could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a good showing for one of the shops. There's some shops who are thinking about trying to host an event, but they got to drum up. I'm gonna help them drum up more
if you
interest.
especially if you can let us know like a day or whatever in advance, I'm sure
Yeah.
most of us will make the trip for the day. Um, to at least give you, 6 or 7 to start. And then
Yeah.
hopefully anybody else that shows up increases that number. But that's kind of where I'm looking at these shops because I know there's a few people that are interested. So we should be able to bring our whole crew to one of these other shops on their first time of doing it. And then a store goes, oh, okay, we can get 12 or whatever, which is in most cases more than they get for a league. So they may invest. They may invest in Heroic because of that.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, good games.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that on your birthday we were really mean to you, Brittany.
So rude.
Alice was just too much. Banning.
Yeah.
She can't be in the storyboard anymore.
Oh
Too
my
toxic.
gosh.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
That's your punishment for being a bully on my birthday. It's
It's
banned
getting a
now.
card banned. I
I
feel like that's got to be a point of pride is to get a card banned.
I will
It's
say,
like,
like, not in seriousness of the bands. I will say, Alice surprised me at how good she is in Heroic, and the fact that like you pretty consistently dropped her and she tapped for 5. I
Yeah.
always underestimate support in general just because I don't like the mechanic, but seeing how fast you were able to go with the deck was pretty crazy.
yeah, it takes a little tweaking, but like I said, if anyone interacts it with in any serious way, the
Mhm.
rebuild time it's so long.
Yeah.
You get to play a lot of characters and just pass and pay characters and pass. So it's getting some buffs every set to try and shortcut that. It wasn't even. It was really. He's a tramp that actually put it from like I would
Mhm.
say like a D tier to C tier
Yeah.
up to like a B tier. Just having a one ink song
Yeah.
that very regularly gives 5 strength, I think is the only thing that really makes it like super viable. But
Is
I
that
would
in
agree with
was
that.
that in your storyboard?
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know, I couldn't remember what the actual song was. Yeah, so
So,
that
and
seems
my
pretty good.
ally until recently playtesting it was Maximus, who says at the end of your turn, if you have a character with 5
Yeah.
strength, you gain 3 lore, or 10 strength, you gain.
I could see that
No,
being good, but
yeah.
he's also like 5, isn't he, to play?
He's 6,
6,
yeah.
yeah.
And my
Wow.
problem was once somebody does banish Alice, like I said, it's the rebuild time is
Yeah.
always the worst. So the idea that LeFou is a way to protect her from being challenged was
Yeah.
the new thought process that seems to be working. And I forgot to do it in one of those games. I was like, I have ink left over. I don't know. I'll just play some other. And I was like, oh. And then you immediately banished Alice the next
Yeah.
turn. And I was like, ah. But
Yeah, I also think like with a 4th person, it may keep the deck in check a little bit more too. Because like
yeah, absolutely.
you kind of got lucky in the fact that in both of Brittany's decks, she didn't necessarily want to challenge as much because her characters
Yeah.
were smaller or whatever. So like you kind of lucked up that it wasn't like the person that would have been in the 4th spot could attack down some stuff and I could finish off some stuff or whatever. So
Yeah, yeah. It struggles with interaction. It really
yeah.
does. And like I said before, a single grab your sword player,
Mhm.
it's all over. Just pack it up. Don't play Alice against somebody who has a grab your sword in their storyboard.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right.
Cool.
Good games.
Was
Happy
fun.
birthday
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I hope you hit that.
Thanks.
And
Thanks for spending it with me.
like I said, I think we're gonna try to start doing this on the weekly basis on the channels and stuff. So I'm sure everybody who's still watching, still hanging out with us, you'll see us more. Sorry if you rated him a B squared. We had already done our 2 games for Heroic, but next Thursday we should be returning with another set of games. If you're interested in the format, definitely check out the channel on the Inkcast over on YouTube. Also, Lorcana University. There's some videos you can watch, deck techs, explainer video, all the good stuff. And yeah, we're gonna make this format hopefully the
Join the
official
Discord.
the official format of Lorcana at some point.
Infinity.
Maybe,
Infinity, the official Infinity format.
but
We'll
yes,
see.
Let's play modern.
To-
Let's play, yeah.
to your point, there is a Discord, an official Heroic, unofficial Lorcana, whatever Discord that we have. So definitely
Official,
join.
unofficial.
Yeah, join us over there. Learn more about it. Find some decks. People are posting up their deck ideas, deck techs, questions, thoughts, all that good stuff. So we're excited about it. So yeah, appreciate you guys joining
Awesome.
me. Happy
Was
birthday.
fun.
Hope it's
Thanks.
great. Enjoy
was such a good day.
your chaos draft that's
I
coming up.
know. You gotta let us know how that goes. I'm super excited to hear about it. It sounds so
I
cool.
will take all the pictures and then tell you all the great pulls. I'm very
Excellent.
excited.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Hopefully you get some of the enchanted you're looking for your princess
Yeah,
deck.
that'd be.
If I get a big Tink Enchanted on my birthday party, I
We'll
will
know.
cry.
We will
Yeah.
hear it from Florida.
I
The shouts
will
of
immediately
happiness.
go into the Discord and be like, look what I got.
Awesome.
It'll be great.
Yep.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Until next time, y'all
Bye.
guys take it easy.
Bye.